inconvenient times, Brock's After Hours Clinic has you covered for a break, sprain, or strain. Open 7 days a week, nights and weekends. Walk-ins welcome. Learn more, brortho.com.
Picture your dream bathroom. Got it? How about making it happen with David Duvall and One Bath and Closets? For more than 3 decades, David's been remodeling homes with a concentration on the most popular room in your home, your bathroom. Whether it's a tub-to-shower conversion or a complete renovation, the great thing about One Bath and Closets is that David handles everything. One company, one contractor, One Bath and Closets. Check out the gallery of his most recent projects and schedule your free in-home consultation online at onebathandclosets.com. That's onebathandclosets.com.
After performing 30,000 dental implant procedures, the doctors here at Fusion Implant Center have witnessed life-changing transformation of so many patients. Hi, this is Dr. Leo Reagan.
And I'm Dr. Michael Casadaband. Are you one of the 50 million people who are missing teeth and wearing dentures that just don't fit and are uncomfortable? Well, in just one day, you can have permanent teeth with a perfect smile.
The board-certified doctors here at the Fusion Implant Center guarantee your procedures to be done correctly, painlessly, and cost-effectively. We are the experts who teach these procedures all over the country.
This team of experts and our state-of-the-art operating rooms are conveniently located in one facility. This allows your treatment to be coordinated and can be started in as little as 10 to 14 days.
So don't go one more day feeling insecure or missing out on the ability to enjoy smiling and eating. Transform your smile in one day at the Fusion Implant Center. Call today or visit fusionimplantcenter.com.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Monday, February 1st. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect sunny skies with a high of 80 in hour one of today's show. Jake and T-Bob are live from New Orleans for Super Bowl 59, and we'll take a first look at the matchup between the Chiefs and Eagles. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from New Orleans, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo, what is going on, Louisiana? Oh, my God. Kind of feel like we're somewhat kicking this entire event off. As I'm T-Bob Hebert, he is Jake Hester. We got Cade, Rivers, and Bo all here on site producing. I think Alondra Taylor back in studio. Definitely Taylor. Either way, guys, welcome in. We are live at Super Bowl 59 on Radio Row in the New Orleans Convention Center, and it is absolutely fantastic in here. Jake, what's up, brother? How we feeling today?
Feeling great. I think we are maybe actually the only people that are live right now.
Yeah!
Early bird gets the worm. It's Monday. I guess everybody's waiting until Tuesday, but that's okay. It will fill up here probably as we go along, but very excited to be back in another convention center with you, sir.
And look at us, dude. We're matching by complete accent. Look, dark jeans, brown shirts.
Little fit check.
The boys bringing it to you for the Super Bowl here.
Yeah.
I literally bought this outfit yesterday, not thinking. I was
about to say, I walked in,
that me
new
and Jake
shirt?
ended up in the exact same spot. Very, very funny. No, look, guys.
Brown. Like, what's the chances of that?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Very random combination. I'm like, okay, yeah, like this is gonna be cool. Maybe a little unique, a little different. Nope. But man, look, it's fantastic in here, guys. It's massive. All your favorites are here. Pat McAfee set is insane. That's right behind us. ESPN Radio's directly behind us. There's randomly a Threads booth. I don't know. You know, they throw a lot of money into something like that. It happens.
Yeah.
See, Jake has a stage unto himself as Sirius SiriusXM basically has an entire end zone of the hall built out for them. You got my favorite, Le Batard and Company over there. It looks like in the DraftKings setup. There's a random massive Bounty, the quicker picker upper paper towel booth, which says all you can eat wings at 11. So maybe before I get out of here this morning, may have to go by the Bounty booth. It's really cool.
They got interactive games. At least last year they did in Vegas, the Bounty folks. So you're like throwing the paper towels into circles, almost like it's footballs, and you
like
win
Little
something.
Giants almost. I know it's toilet paper, but still not unlike Little Giants.
Yes, something like that. So no, it looks great in here. Obviously, you got like Lambeau Field where the draft's going to be this year. They have like a little miniature entrance to Lambeau Field. Pittsburgh where the draft's going to be the year after that. Sweet. So everybody's set up, but we're the only ones working.
True. And it is insane to think that we went from the Mobile Convention Center now to the New Orleans Convention Center, from the Senior Bowl to the Super Bowl. It's been a hell of a couple weeks here. And there's a lot to get to today. So I think here's what we do today, guys. We are going to start this hour, and I don't know how much of the hour we're going to spend here, but we'll see. We are going to start this hour laying out Super Bowl 59. It's the reason for the season. It's the reason why there's multiple $500 million yachts currently moored right outside of the city. It's the reason why New Orleans all of a sudden is very clean right now, and there's murals everywhere and advertising, and everything's very flashy and exciting and cool, because for this week, quite frankly, the richest people in the world will descend upon this city. And the game's going to be massive, and it's a massive game featuring, which would argue the two best teams of the past 3 years in the NFL. So, Jake, is there anything? Sorry, I'm very excited. I'm just spewing words out here.
Yes.
How are we feeling this morning?
I'm feeling great. Today, just like the rest of the week, is going to be 3 shows. This is the first leg.
Yep.
So we'll do this. I'll go host Super Bowl Drive over there, and then get a 2-hour break and host Off Campus.
So Off Campus is on Sirius XM 84, 83, 84. What am I?
84.
84.
You had it right.
So what about Super Bowl Drive?
106.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's Super Bowl channel. They only have it for this week. So they create a special channel for the week, and they'll have, Kendrick Lamar songs and like stuff from our hit station, and they'll have pop culture stuff. But we'll be the only live show on it, and you're going to join me later. I'm very excited about that.
Thanks for having me on.
You get to wax poetic about Louisiana, and I felt like nobody could do that better than you.
Yeah, so it's going to be a ton of fun. Again, Jake's Super Bowl show 106 is going to be 9 to 12, and then Off Campus is always 2 to 5 in the afternoon. All right, let's get into some of the main stories here for Super Bowl 59. First off, like we said, the reason for the season, we are in New Orleans, and it is the 11th time that the Super Bowl has been New Orleans. Think about that, guys. There are 59 of these things, and 11 times it's been here. Pretty damn good. I'm not a mathematician, but 15 to 20%, somewhere in that range. And it's funny, I was staying at my old man's last night, Jake, and we were kind of talking, and he's talking about how much things have changed since back in the day, and he's showing me a pennant from Super Bowl LX with the Miami Dolphins down here in New Orleans. And he's talking about after the game how he snuck into the locker room and managed to steal a bunch of towels or something, or team gear. And it's that would never, look at all this. It would never happen nowadays, but it shows you just the history that's here. I didn't realize this. New Orleans is where we witnessed Tom Brady upset the greatest show on turf. Young Tom, we had no idea this young, cool-headed individual, his first ever Super Bowl, no idea that he would go on to literally be, with a bullet, the greatest NFL football player of all time.
So they used to play it in, obviously, Tulane Stadium.
Yeah, that's where the old Dolphins pennant is.
Okay,
the old Dolphin pennant is Tulane Stadium, 1972. Freaking sick, dude. He had a bunch of 50 to 60-year-old pennants. They're amazing. So that was one of them. We had the Harbaugh Bowl here, of course. The night when the lights went out. Oh, yeah, the lights went out, dude.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about because we should have been there.
Yeah, that should have been you. And you should have beaten the team that ended up, winning.
Would have won a championship in the same building in high school, college and pros.
But at least you have Jim Harbaugh now. You know?
Sure.
I mean, and he was coaching at Super Bowl then. Maybe he'll get their Chargers, your Bush League Bolts.
It was a good game, though. Remember.
It was
a
great
really
game.
good game.
Kaepernick and the Niners charging back in the second half.
Yeah.
Ravens holding on. Like I said, lights going out. But again, I think the most insane, two brothers coaching against each other. It's still unfathomable. I remember coming here in 1996. My old man going to the game. I remember going up to Mandeville, staying at a friend's house, watching Desmond Howard return the kick for 99 yards, Antonio Freeman's 81-yard touchdown, Packers Super Bowl. So again, 11th time that the Super Bowl has been in New Orleans, and a halftime show that although headlined by Kendrick, I have to imagine is going to feature heavily with some New Orleans background.
I hope so. I certainly hope so. I hope we get surprised by somebody. John Baptiste would be somebody you and I would both love.
Have Baptiste
he has to be.
It'd be insane not to.
I know there's a ton of rappers that we want to see there, and I hope that a handful of those. But I mean, you can't miss that one, right?
No.
Again,
the avenues are many. So there's always going to be some fandoms that are disappointed, but I can't wait to see.
That is true. It is every Super Bowl halftime show. A lot of these people are, either associated with somebody because they had one song together, or, somebody really majors from that city and from that area, and you're just like, please let that person go. Like when it was in Atlanta and Outkast didn't have both members.
Yeah, that was such a disappointment. No Andre 3000.
I'm just like,
Only
it hurt me. It took me to the fourth quarter to get over that.
Especially because since it's a Super Bowl and you see Big Boy come out, you imagine that the ace up the sleeve is going to be Andre. So you're right. You got to be careful about how many Cash Money members will you see? Will they manage to get everyone there?
I think so. They need to.
I would hope so. I would absolutely hope so.
No Limit Cash Money, somewhere in the middle, 3 from each, something.
Then, again, something that can't be ignored, Jake, we are talking about a Super Bowl rematch. And outside of the Eagles' odd implosion at the end of last year, it is pretty inarguable that these have been the best two teams over the last 3 years. And what I had forgotten is how good the first matchup was.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of forgot how incredible that first Super Bowl between these two teams was. Jalen Hurts goes for 304 through the air, 1 touchdown, 3 touchdowns on the ground, along with 70 more yards. Remember, they have that 21-27 lead. Then Mahomes goes on back-to-back touchdown drives. They take an 8-point lead, but then Hurts comes up with the clutch touchdown, the clutch 2-point conversion, ties it at 35, only for Patrick Mahomes to lead a game-winning field goal drive. Which brings up the craziest stat that I've seen from these playoffs, and I think it might have actually gotten added to, let me think how the game played out. No, maybe not. But the craziest stat, one of the craziest I've ever heard, this comes from Trey Wingo. It's a clip that went a bit viral, Jake. Since 2001, there's been, I think, 150, 120 opportunities where the offense has had the ball, minute or less, and you have the opportunity to either tie it or take the lead. So a very clutch situation, right? In those situations, the offense ties it or takes the lead about 40% of the time. So the defense wins the majority. Tom Brady was, these are playoff games, for the record. Tom Brady was 5 of 11 in those situations for the playoffs. Very good.
Yeah.
Drew Brees was 3 of 6, 50%. Very good. Patrick Mahomes is 7 of 7.
Chill.
100% of the time. He is, that is beyond an outlier.
It's inevitable.
He is the only person. It's inevitable. He's the only person. Tom freaking Brady, 5 of 11 in those situations. Mahomes, 7 of 7. So, if you're talking about who's going to win this game, that's a very hard stat to escape. Except, Jake, last game, there was no Saquon Barkley.
Right. I think Miles Sanders ran for less than 20 yards in the last game.
So, my notes have Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott, and Miles Sanders combining for 45 yards on 17 carries.
Yeah, that's not going to happen here in this game. I mean, Saquon is the difference maker. Now, I know Jalen ran for, 70-plus yards in the last contest, and that's good and fine, but Saquon Barkley just changes the math on everything. And so we had a close game. The Chiefs were able to stop the run. Credit to Jalen Hurts for doing what he did through the air and on the ground, but now he's got his partner with him. Well,
and let's look at what Saquon's done these playoffs so far, guys. Against the Packers, round 1 win, 25 carries, 120 yards, 5 yards a carry. Against the Rams, 26 carries, 205 yards, 2 tuds, 8 yards a carry. And then against Washington, a cool 15 for 118, 3 more touchdowns, 8 yards a carry. Jake, on the year, Saquon's almost at 2,500 yards. He's over 2,400. By the end of this Super Bowl, you will probably be talking about a man who has rushed for 2,500 yards in 1 year.
Yeah,
it's a lot of guys' careers.
It's a good career. Literally about to say, that's a pretty decent career. It's certainly a decent, 3-year run. What he's doing right now, it's just it is incredible, and they've got a great offensive line, but he's creating on his own as well, and it takes a lot of pressure off Jalen Hurts. He doesn't have to do as much now. He's got receivers. He's got Brown. He's got Smith. He's got a tight end. He's got everything. But he doesn't have to every single time now make the play where in the last time these two teams played in the Super Bowl, he probably felt like he did. I mean, He was kind of Superman in that game. And so it changes the dynamic of everybody. Even just the threat of Saquon and what he can do, you have to pay so much attention to it that you can't, bracket A.J. Brown. You can't do certain things with Jalen Hurts as far as a spy. You have to play defense different now against this team because they've got the biggest game changer at running back.
Yeah, it's now look, so a lot of us consider this Chiefs defense to be the reason why they've won all year long. Steve Spagnuolo, I feel like, especially in these playoffs thus far, has really shined in the biggest moments. And Chris Jones is the Hall of Fame counterpart to Patrick Mahomes that makes the Chiefs a dynasty. And so now we get to watch Spagnuolo and Chris Jones against Saquon, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Jalen Hurts. Hell yes, dude. That is that's football gold if you want to watch great football. So, okay, these are just a few of the storylines. We are live here on Radio Row. It's going to continue to crank up over the next 3 hours. If you want to hang out with us, youtube.com/1045ESPN. Hit the like button. Come get in the chat. Come hang out. And, as always, stick around because it's going to be a ton of fun. Who knows what's going to happen? People coming in and out. Everything else. By the way, guys, do remind you about K to Z window coverings, KTOZblinds.com for all of your drapery, shades, blinds. Maybe you want some drop-down exterior shading needs. You want to go to K to Z where you get complimentary estimates, complimentary installation as well. But most importantly, you get access to Brandon Barton's 3 decades of experience, okay? So it doesn't matter if it's a new home of your dreams, starter home, whatever, any price point, okay, any budget. We got options that are going to make your home the place you want to be. Take it to the next level. It's very simple. Go to K to Z Blinds, KTOZblinds.com today. And, take it to the next level. All right, more OTB when we get back.
Off the bench.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Call the Bryson Law Firm and let us get out in front of the IRS and devise your best resolution plan. IRS problems are legal problems, so call the Bryson Law Firm. We're local. Our headquarters are in Lafayette, and we have offices statewide. Or visit BrysonLawFirm.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm, the Bryson Law Firm. Results may vary. LSBA filing number LA2316155.
If you're tired of erosion and mud and want your lawn looking its best, winter is the easiest time to lay grass sod. Let Quality Sod help you select the perfect grass for your lawn. For winter sale prices, call 610-4842 or QualitySod.com.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Live from Super Bowl 59 Radio Row in New Orleans. Presented by L'Auberge Casino Hotel, Baton Rouge.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. We are live here on Radio Row, cranking it up. Look, if you stick around for hour 3, me and Jake have a cosplay ready to go. I will be playing the role of Kanye's wife. So congratulations to all of you. Yep. You are going to get to see many things that you wish you would not have. So viewer discretion advised for hour number 3.
Is it underneath there, or you brought it in your bag?
Yeah, you know how she started in the black fur coat?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I didn't go black fur coat, but yes, I have a very sheer onesie on underneath this. So look forward to hour 3 there. Also, actually, you know what? Maybe we'll just make Taylor do it. Yeah, I agree. That's probably better for everyone. All right, welcome back here to Off the Bench, live at Radio Row. Let's go ahead and do something I forgot to do and get this thing started.
It's time to get to work, courtesy of Tiger Labor and Staffing, where they can help take care of screening, training, payroll, and more. Now, for starters.
Tiger Labor Staffing provides local staffing solutions for warehouse, construction, and manufacturing positions. Whether you need temporary labor, long-term hires, they have got you covered with skilled, dependable workers. Remember, they're locally owned and operated, very proud to serve the Baton Rouge area. So if you're short-staffed, give them a call today and let Tiger Labor and Staffing meet your workforce needs. Brad, the other guy, things we don't want to see, like matching doo-doo brown shirts. Okay, relax. Relax, guys, okay? This is just being simpatico, okay? Having good – Brad the Zydeco guy. How about you learn how to spell Baton Rouge on your alternate jersey, Brad?
Yeah, you bum.
Before you come at us, okay? It ain't Baton Rogue. Anyway.
I actually like the brown, okay?
Let's get back
Saints colors-ish.
Let's get back to previewing the Super Bowl. We're talking about the biggest storylines going in. We left off with how incredible this rematch is going to be, how good the first game was. And from the Eagles' perspective here, Jake, it's very interesting to think about what's on the line legacy-wise for like a Jalen Hurts and a Nick Sirianni. I mean, with Hurts specifically, here's a guy who has won championships, certainly, but has never had, because think about it, the one that he wins in college is because of Tua, and then did they end up losing the one in which he came in the SEC championship and won? Or maybe they even won, but he wasn't the starting quarterback for the championship. The point is, I don't think he's ever been the starter on a team that has closed out a national championship. So his entire life has been building to this point. Like I said, he did everything he could 2 years ago to win a Super Bowl, didn't get it, gets paid. Then the implosion last year happens, and all of a sudden it's, ooh, Jalen Hurts sucks. Did you pay the wrong guy? Can you win with him? All these sorts of things. And now here he sits again with another opportunity 60 minutes away to shut up everybody forever.
And where the Eagles were last year when the slide started, Sirianni, we're thinking, okay, is he going to even be the coach next year? You came into this year, I mean, it was a great unknown of how they were going to respond. Now they signed Saquon, but even that wasn't like, oh my gosh, they're going to be back in the Super Bowl. Remember, a lot of people are like, should you have paid a running back that much? Is that the right move? And so they've had questions, and so all they've done is win football games. Though they've put their head down, gone to work, and Jalen Hurts is somebody that I've always felt like has done it the right way. You never heard him complain in Alabama when very easily he could have. And I know he ended up transferring, but even that was quiet. Like, he didn't bash Alabama on the way out. Like, you didn't hear him really bash Sirianni or the front office. And maybe he had those conversations behind closed door. But in a day and age when everything, all of that kind of comes to the forefront, all the frustration comes to the forefront, like, he's never been that guy. And so he's a very easy guy to root for as well.
I agree. And he's kind of has a little bit, Jake, of always the bridesmaid, never the bride to him. When you look at him and Tua, and then you think about his 2019 season in Oklahoma, which again is actually one of the greatest seasons of all time and would have won the Heisman any other year, except that he ran into Joe Burrow. I mean, he threw for nearly 4,000 yards. He threw for over 30 touchdowns. There's like 8 picks or something like that. He played 70% of passes. He rushed for 1,400. He rushed for another 20-something touchdowns, and yet Joe Burrow. Yeah. So this is his opportunity to get back at Patrick Mahomes, the ultimate Joe Burrow. So just a massive amount on the line for Jalen Hurts. I mean, and then for Nick Sirianni, again, everybody knows the story here, just the winningest coach that no one thinks is good. That even within the midst of this year, they don't think is good. I mean, him and Hurts are 48-20 together as the Eagles head coach and quarterback. 48-20, the first Eagles duo to ever make multiple Super Bowls, but you got to win one of these things if you want to be the full, Joe Pesci. Well, not Joe Pesci, I guess that's you're getting popped. But no, like the full true made man. If you want to be the true made man, to speak in Sirianni parlance, you got to find a way to win one of these.
Yeah, if you don't want to shine shoes anymore like Joe in the movie, right?
Exactly.
But really become a made man, you definitely got to go out and win one, because if you don't, and this is going to sound disrespectful, I don't want it to be, but then you're Jim Kelly. Yeah. Then you get lost in the conversation. Then you're Dan Marino. You get lost in the conversation. If Dan Marino wins one Super Bowl, we talk about him as a top 5 quarterback. Because of his talent, because of his stats at the time. He didn't, so we don't. Yeah. You got to get one. That's why, Drew's going to always be in the conversation, because he did get that one Super Bowl. And if you don't, unfortunately, it's the one position, right, in all of sports where you can't be considered the greatest to ever play your position if you don't win the big one.
Now, from the Chiefs' perspective, obviously, look, they're trying to do history, Jake. They're trying to win their 3rd Super Bowl in a row. Wait, sorry, I thought I was setting you up. Didn't you have a fun? Do you have a fun Super Bowl road fact or something?
Nobody's ever done it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so they're trying to get it done, and so the Green Bay Packers in Super Bowl 1 and 2.
Okay.
They get it done. The Miami Dolphins in Super Bowl 7 and 8.
Shout out.
Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the only franchise to do it twice. Super Bowl 9, 10, and then 13 and 14.
The Patriots never did it twice amidst all those Super Bowls. Like they never did two back to back.
Like I'm sitting here doing the research. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like surely they won 7 of these things, and they played in like a bazillion of them. The 49ers in Super Bowl 23 and 24. The Cowboys in 27 and 28. Taylor, that's the last time they've done anything good. The Denver Broncos in 32 and 33. Certainly remember Elway getting those after losing so many Super Bowls. The Patriots did it in 38 and 39. And then the Kansas City Chiefs in 57 and 58. So for the Patriots, they won back-to-back. They beat Carolina 32-29. Then they beat Philly 24-21. So it's like it in our brains, at least in my brain, I'm like, yeah, somebody's done that before.
Yes, 100%.
Maybe those Cowboys teams in the 90s, I think it was 3 or 4. Like, we've had some 3 or 4s. We've never had 3 in a row.
I think it is. It's a little bit of Mandela effect's probably not correct, but yes, I agree with you that that is not as well known as you would think that the Chiefs are trying to become the first team to ever do it. They would also join the Cowboys and the Niners with 5 Super Bowls overall. Only the Patriots and Steelers have more with 6. Championship number 4 for Mahomes would tie him with Bradshaw and Joe Montana for second most all time, of course, to Tom Brady. And Andy Reid would join Bill Belichick and Chuck Noll as the only coaches with more than 3 Super Bowl victories. So a ton on the line in terms of legacy for both teams. All right, let's do this. When we get back, got a few more Super Bowl thoughts, and gonna kind of morph one of these at least into some Saints front office talk, because we always clown the Giants, but I kind of feel like, New York's in the crosshairs while New Orleans is kind of skirting by a little bit. I'll explain more next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota. I'm sorry. Alondra sent a meme of Thanos with human skin as just an NFL offensive line coach, and like 1,000%. I've seen that man. I've seen that man on practice fields my entire life. Anyway, go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge today for all your car needs, man. You want to buy a brand new car, Toyota certified used vehicle, you just need a rent, you need a body shop service center, open to all makes and models. Go to the website, guys, and you can search the inventory by keyword, make, model, budget, whatever it is. We got your answers. Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
Yeah, go there today. Buying new, leasing, renting, whatever you're looking to get done. They're going to have everything available, and we tell you every single day, no matter what your needs are, they're going to be met. So full-size SUV, mid-size SUV, van, truck, hybrid, sedan, you name it, they have it. And again, the best part, they have it available in everything that they do. Call Miss Lisa Sessions today to reserve that rental. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you. Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Live from Super Bowl 59 Radio Row in New Orleans. Presented by L'Auberge Casino Hotel Baton Rouge.
Uh-oh, watch out. The Brown boys are back. What can Brown do for you? Bring you an excellent Radio Row Monday morning Super Bowl show. Uh-oh, Jake's got the felt tip out already. Projects are being worked on. Who knows what internet wormhole he is falling into? What are we writing about here, Jakey?
No, so I gave you the teams that have gone back-to-back.
Yes.
But one of the things that I wanted to try to find out is how did they do in the third season?
Okay,
right?
okay.
And so, like, I'm trying to
collate the results. We don't need them
yeah.
yet.
I'm only on the Steelers right now.
Okay. So we got more time. We will figure this out over time. So I mentioned New Orleans, New York, front offices, and how I think New Orleans is kind of skating by. Why is that? Well, Jake, this is pretty interesting. Now, I know that free agency is relatively new, right? Early 90s. So a lot of the numbers are going to deal with, it's kind of in place. It's not, whatever. The point is, the 2024 Eagles, Jake, are the only Super Bowl team since 1970 to add 2 first-team All-Pros through free agency. 14, and listen to this, though. 14 other teams had 1 such player. The other 95 had 0.
Oh,
so
wow.
it's actually very, very rare to get a player of that caliber through free agency because, of course, why would you let them go, right?
Yeah.
I guess in the Giants' case, it's because they paid Daniel Jones. You might be saying, well, I mean, who's the other guy, though? It's Zach Bond. I mean, Zach Bond, first-team All-Pro linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles, who barely sniffed the field in New Orleans, who said he used to pull up to the building and start crying in the parking lot because of how much he didn't enjoy going into work. So, I mean, we sit here and we make fun of the Giants constantly for letting Saquon go and what it's done to them. But guess what? You let Zach Bond go, and you're just as bad as the Giants. So here it is, Jake, yet another piece of evidence to pile on to Mickey Loomis and what has been a god-awful run for that Saints front office.
Yeah, and the worst part about it is, like, when they drafted him, a lot of us were excited because you got him in the 3rd round, and he was, believed to be a first-round talent. You feel like you got this steal, and you never found it out. You never developed the player. Like, the skill set was there, but you didn't develop the player. And so that's what's going to be so frustrating is when you look at him, even if he would have gone on to be a starter for a Super Bowl team and a nice player, it would have been disappointing. We're talking first-team All-Pro, the best at his position in the National Football League.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you couldn't promise him playing time.
Yeah. And on a team that, won in an old-school, gritty, very defense-heavy style throughout the year. And he was the best player on said defense. Again, only 14 other Super Bowl teams since 70 added a first-team All-Pro, and the Eagles added 2. Front office matters.
Yes, it does.
Front office matters.
And developing players and understanding their skill set matters, too.
You want the key to beating Patrick Mahomes, Jake?
Yeah, if you've got it,
okay, and this is
probably
going to
bottle
sound,
that up and sell it.
Shout out to The Athletic. I found this. Was in Sando's article. It was one of the Athletic pieces on Super Bowl. But and it's going to sound obvious, but then I'm going to show you why it's maybe a bit more interesting than you think. The key to beating Patrick Mahomes is making him hold on to the ball. And you're like, okay, right, well, duh. That's any quarterback, right?
Yeah.
The longer you hold on to the ball, they're going to be awful. Well, that's what I thought too. However, let's compare him to Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. So when Mahomes gets rid of it in 2.3 to 2.8 seconds, he's 31-2. His record is literally like the better, the quicker he gets rid of it. So if he gets rid of it 2.3 to 2.8, he's 31-2. 2.8 to 3, he's 40-5.
Yeah.
3 to 3.3, 31-11. But then when he's over that 3.3 average time to throw, he's 2-8 in his career. So from 31-2, 40-5, 31-11, 2-8, that's a steep drop. But you're like, okay, of course he's out, but he's holding on to the ball. It means pass rush is working, coverage is working. He's confused. Like every quarterback's going to be worse.
Right.
Well, Josh Allen, you can see these numbers, Jake. It's pretty even down the board. He's 15-6 when he goes over 3.3. And he's like 22-3 when he's in 2.3 to 2.8, right? Lamar Jackson, 16-10 when he's over 3.3. Pretty much even at all the different times to throw as well. So for whatever reason, there is just like, again, is this a reach? Absolutely, okay? But it is the Thanos thing. Like when Doctor Strange has the time stone and he goes through all the realities, you have to find the one reality in which you can get it done. And this is really the only correlating factor between Patrick Mahomes having a bad record and something that is happening numerically. For what it's worth, last time against Philly, he averaged 2.6. So they
the wild part
slow him down.
about that stat is we think of Patrick Mahomes and his improv skills to be elite.
Yeah, isn't that weird? That's true. I
So,
didn't consider
like,
that.
for me, I'm like, oh, that's a shocking stat because when he extends plays, that's typically when Travis Kelce just finds a way in a window to get open. You're like, got him. Oh, my God, they did it again. You know, like that's the feeling that you have with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And so, like, that to me is shocking because it just feels like time and time again we've seen, you know, he's got the little hand wave whenever he's out there running and, like, he just makes a play every single time. So
I guess because, like, what mixed in of all that is all Andy Reid's just quick hitters, a lot of movement, get it out your hand. Who knows, maybe a touch pass is bringing down the average time to throw some. But, again, you know, this is a bit like the key to stopping Tom Brady is getting, you know, a pass rush with 4 people. Well, okay, yeah, I mean,
true.
Duh.
Yeah,
but, like, how do you
Yeah.
do that? And, again, in the same way, I don't know how you slow down Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. I don't know how you confuse him to the point where they hold on to it. But when he does, the record suffers.
Yeah, again.
For whatever that's worth.
Yeah, surprising stat. Also surprising for Allen to be 15-6 when holding to to the football for 3.5 seconds, basically.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, it's weird that Lamar and Allen are basically the same at all the different times to throw, whereas Mahomes is like fully unbeatable and then fully beatable. Some of the chats talking about something that we were kind of touching on the other day, Jake, but we haven't really fully done the bit yet. I'm kind of waiting for one of the Saints writers to do it, but it's just the fact that this Zach Bond critique extends beyond just Zach Bond, right? It's like we said, like the Saints may not be as bad as drafting as we think, but for whatever reason, they're also really bad. Now, they've been awful with first-round picks, but they've also been really bad at identifying what talent to keep, right? You see Trey Hendrickson leading the league in sacks or whatever. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's going to have a lot of success after Alex Anzalone, key starting piece, very good on that Detroit Lions defense. Marcus Williams was also for a while after he left you.
Yeah.
Like, it's been pretty shocking, some of the talent that you have allowed out of that building.
It is, and it goes back to what we, identifying who to keep and who not to keep. That's the same thing, like the talent portion of it. You have them in your building, and when you've hit on draft choices, you haven't retained those players. And you've decided to keep the wrong player, or you've made a very bad decision in free agency. Like, that's another thing the Saints have done.
Yeah, true.
Marcus Mays and the Jarius Birds. I mean, we could go on and on with guys that they gave money to from other places instead of keeping one of their own who was right there and ready to make an impact. Now, have they hit on some? Yeah, sure. Like DeMario Davis is one of the best free agent signings ever, but still, they've missed on more, and they've brought in the wrong guy way more than they've brought in the right guy, and they certainly have let the wrong person go multiple times over.
Somebody says to look at where was it? I want to credit who was in the chat. But they said, look at this. Look at the Eagles' last 3 drafts, and look at here it was Gulf South. Go look at Eagles' last 3 drafts and the picks with the first 3 rounds in each. All picks play, contribute big time. Must be nice to have a good front office. Yeah. So in 22, the Eagles draft Jordan Davis, Cam Jurgens, Nakobe Dean. In 23, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Tyler Steen, and then this last year, Quinion Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, and Jalen Hunt. Yeah, again, all of those guys playing, contributing. I agree, Gulf South. I mean, it must be nice.
Like, you think immediately, like, think about the corners, like when Mitchell and DeJean that they drafted. Like,
yeah.
Those
immediate
are, like,
success.
some of the best, young corners in all the NFL. And, I mean, you're just looking at who they've taken and the depth of these drafts as well. It's not just, like, the first couple of rounds. Like Sidney Brown a couple of years ago, it's third? I think it's a 3rd-round pick, and like that's a player that's very impactful for them. So they're hitting on multiple rounds, not just the first-rounders. Now, you'd love to hit on the first-rounders. That's the most important thing. But also, like, it's the depth of these drafts
Again,
as well.
Their first-rounders, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Quinion Mitchell. You know?
Yep.
All awesome. Devontae Smith before that. Okay, Jalen Rieger before that. So
yeah. Instead of Jets, you took Jalen Rieger.
Everybody misses. That's true. So, like, how good could this team be?
Oh my gosh!
If they had Jets and Devontae Smith and everything, I guess
they wouldn't have AJ Brown, but I'd take Jets over AJ Brown.
Yes. Either way, shout out to the Philly front office, New Orleans. Take notes. That's my expert analysis on the New Orleans Saints front office.
Wet fart.
All right, let's do this. When we get back, I think we're okay. We can move away from the Super Bowl for a little bit. Insanely enough, I really, really want to talk about the Luka Doncic trade. I know we don't talk a lot of NBA here, but it has blown my mind to the point where, like, I find it to be unfathomable. But before we get that, let's wrap up our Senior Bowl coverage with a couple of excellent stories and moments that took place over the weekend. More OTB coming up next.
Off the bench.
Go to Main Event of Baton Rouge. That's right, guys. You want to have some fun, play some games, maybe do some professional level bowling. We got multiple lanes available, multi-level laser tag arena, all the arcade games, delicious food and drinks, a newly revised menu. It's all at Main Event Baton Rouge. You mention OTB, you get a 30-minute free game card, guys. Great way to kill some time with the kids, okay? And remember, we got dedicated party planners on standby, ready to go. Go to Main Event Baton Rouge.
Yeah, when you go there today, you'll see everything that you can do, and we always tell you can kind of make it your own. If you want to have a corporate party, if you want to have a birthday party, if you just want to go with the family, you just want to go bowl and play games and hang out and eat dinner, like whatever it is, you can get it done over there at Main Event. If you want to go Han Solo just by yourself and just game, you can do that, and you can do it late because they are open late. Check out the hours on the website. Every day's going to have a different hour, but they're always going to be open late. Go to mainevent.com. That is mainevent.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
Take your time, get your life, got it done.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Live from Super Bowl 59 Radio Row in New Orleans. Presented by L'Auberge Casino Hotel Baton Rouge.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. And wrapping up hour number 1 live from Radio Row here in New Orleans at the Super Bowl, guys. What a setup. Very cool. Still, we're still kind of like one of the only shows on right now, but I'm sure it's going to pick up more and more as time goes on. Again, so I still want to, I got a ton that I want to talk about. One of the things that I think just maybe bears mentioning, but not really discussion, the LSU men's basketball team got their ass kicked by Texas over the weekend, 89-58. But in classic form, the LSU women's basketball team dominates Mississippi State 81-67. And shout out Flage as her defense once again on display. Jacarla Jordan was fresh off of a 40-point game, and Flage shut her down, held her down to just 9 points, season low. Shout needs more. She dominated as well. All right, Jake. But maybe my favorite moment over the weekend, I'm sure it'll be brought back up again during weekend winners, Jack Besh. Jack Besh finishes off the week with the most outstanding player award for the entire Senior Bowl. So a massive week for Besh, helping himself, having his NFL dreams come true. But in true storybook fashion, in the actual game on Saturday, few seconds left, 4th and goal. Yeah. And Jack Besh catches the game-winning walk-off touchdown pass, wins 22-19. Both teams mob him, coaches, everybody. He immediately falls to a knee. He credits his brother, the hero Tiger, immediately afterwards for being there with him, giving him wings. I mean, real storybook week, storybook ending to a storybook week for Jack Besh, who's also named MVP of the game itself.
Yeah, what an incredible moment. The year I played in the Senior Bowl, we walked it off. Bubba Caldwell ran a reverse from the 1-yard line. Yeah, we ran a reverse on the 1. But let me just tell you, that didn't have the same feeling that this one had. I mean, all the things that you just mentioned, and Jack Besh, and look, practicing that week. I don't know how he got it done.
Yeah.
Like, his brother's birthday was on the first day of practice. He went out there and balled out on the first day of practice. I mean, to the day, it was a month. I mean, we're not talking about that much time that had passed, and he was out there and, had to escape for a couple of hours and play the game that he knows so well. And, surrounded by friends and family. Saw a lot of the Beshes there on the last day of practice, and just that family coming together, surrounding each other with their love and being able to get that done. And we've talked about the Besh family, so many times over the last couple of weeks because of who they are and what they mean and just the DNA of that family. But it's just incredible to see them, come together right now as a family during this tragic time to support each other.
Yeah, and again, just real. It was just storybook, man, storybook. Like, if you haven't seen the video, again, that's probably my least favorite part about being on site. Is it's harder for us to play videos and kind of all react to it with you. But if you have not seen the video, just Google Jack Besh.
Yeah.
Walk off or look it up on Twitter, your favorite social media, and you'll see it. And it is going to it's going to make it feel a little dusty in your room, I would say. Also, shout out to Miles Frazier, Jake, who told us when I first interviewed him, even though I don't know, because we never got to play the original interview, but I was kind of taken aback, and this is on me for not asking about this in the follow-up, but as soon as I talked to him, he was like, yeah, man, I've been dominating. Like, straight up, he's just like, I've been kicking ass all week long, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, man, you really feel yourself. Well, Miles Frazier named most outstanding offensive lineman of the week after the Senior Bowl. And it's interesting, Jake, because you kind of talked to Coach Kelly about this and how Miles' attitude in the run-up to the bowl game and how he approached it and the opportunity to still play in that game really paid dividends for him, as he was still very sharp from this season. He had not had an extended break.
Yeah, so when you look at, Emory Jones, the last game that he would have played would have been an Oklahoma game. You look at Garrett Dellinger, Texas A&M game, when, maybe he could have tried to come back at the end of the last portion of the season there. But Miles Frazier played in the bowl game, right? And he went out there and he thrived. And he looked like a guy that was coming off a good performance against a Baylor team that had won multiple games in a row. And so, that was a big week for him. He showed not only that he can play at that level, he showed he could play two different positions at that level. Now, I think he's going to live inside a guard, but when you show that you can be a swing guy, that is going to, boost you. He probably went up 2 rounds, maybe even. That's not great. He might have gone from a 5th-round pick to a 3rd-round pick. I mean, he had that kind of week down in Mobile.
Yeah, and he said it. His entire goal for the week was to prove that he was the most versatile swing O-lineman in Mobile. And mission accomplished, Miles Frazier. So really great ending to an excellent week in Mobile. We got about a minute left here. Did anybody watch anything to do with the Pro Bowl? Do we know what happened?
No, I did.
What did you watch? Rivers? Joe Burrow? What did he do?
He threw a football.
He hit all the targets? Skills competition? What do they do now? They do a skills competition?
T-Bob, I'd be lying if I said I know they play a flag game, but I didn't see any of said flag game.
Did they do like a 3-point contest?
I did see the punters punting into big trash cans, basically.
Tight.
Saw that. Saw some deep snappers hit down some bowling pins.
It's crazy, dude, because as a little kid, I used to be so hyped for the Pro Bowl every year.
Yeah.
All your favorite players all wearing these, cool conference uniforms with their helmets.
Yeah.
Fighting. I remember the starting lineup Pro Bowl edition toys were so cool.
Oh, yeah.
All right, hour 1 of the books. Hour 2, we got to talk Luka and company as well as a bunch of local stuff. Keep it locked.
Off the bench.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972.
service Chevrolet Cadillac. Our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Monday, February 3rd. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 80 in hour 2 of today's show. We'll talk about the big NBA trade news over the weekend and some LSU football recruiting updates as well. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from New Orleans for Super Bowl 59 coverage, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, 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 yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Talking to WWL legend, my guy Tommy Tucker, right here. A man who Rivers got Tommy's number. Let's go. I started on 3WL, which is a sister station over there doing a morning show with Christian Garrick. But Tommy has always been the 870 morning show guy. And so, if you ever listen to L, it's news, sports, and everything. So, you would have like these 8-9 minute breaks at the top of the hour for news and, CBS and everything else. And so my lasting memories of Tommy are me being in the bathroom stall and him being in the stall next to me and him just being very complimentary as and gassing me up as a young radio man as we did whatever stall to stall as we did whatever people do and said bathroom stalls. Very good early memories from my
It's kind of
time.
like you
at
talk
Elm.
to us through the door still.
Which I hate, but y'all talk about me sometimes, and so I just want to make sure. Like, I know this is something that me and my wife have talked about a lot. I know that everybody talks about people behind their back, especially with your significant other, right? But this is nothing like, it's nothing bad. I think it's the most normal thing in the world. It's very cool. But I never want to hear what you're saying behind my back. Like, ignorance is bliss. We're cool. We're friends. How do we enact face to face? I know you care about me. It's all good. Like, yeah, everybody, when you're with your other, like, yeah,
T-Bob
you're
just
gonna
let
talk.
everybody in his life know he talks ish about you.
You don't think? Okay, that's cool. Glass house. So y'all.
But you can't put it out there.
So y'all never exactly. That's what I'm saying. But I'm just living honest. I'm just living honest out here. I
don't know. I really don't feel like
if y'all are denying this, you know you're lying. You know it. Don't lie. Not on Radio Row.
I mean, I do feel like of all the people in my life, like you get probably the least amount of shade.
No, again, it's not even. I'm not even talking about. No.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about like active like shade. I'm just talking about. Just talking about people.
Yeah.
You talk
for
about
sure.
people. It just
Yeah,
is what
for
it is.
sure.
But I never want to hear what's said about me. That's why if I hear Taylor bring up my name when I'm in the bathroom, I yell at him to stop because I don't want to know. Like, I want Taylor to feel comfortable to be able to complain about me or make a joke about how I looked fat that day or look stupid. I just don't want to hear it. You know, ignorance is bliss. But again, I actually hate talking in the bathroom. But Tommy was always so nice that I accepted it. But that's why I yell at y'all at the hallway bathroom. That's a long explanation where I exposed a lot for no reason. But that's what I'm saying, I guess, guys. All right, hour 2 in the books. Jake, hour 2 starting off here. Jake, how's your felt tip project coming along?
It's good. It's good. It's done. It's done.
It's done.
It's done.
Okay, so the goal of this felt tip project, as Jake said, there has never been a three-peat champion.
Nope.
9 times, I believe, we've had back-to-back. Is that right or no?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep.
Okay, 9 times we have back-to-back champions. Jake has collated the information. What did those back-to-back teams do in year number 3 as the Chiefs are the first to ever make it for a third year?
Yeah, they are, which is wild. So Green Bay, they win Super Bowl 1 and 2, and the year that Super Bowl 3 was played, they went 6, 7, and 1 and did not make the postseason.
Nobody talks about the Lombardi fall-off, you know? I mean, was the guy overrated?
I think they had a new coach that year.
He's beaten 12. Okay, never mind.
Super Bowl.
He's beaten 12 teams.
What are you doing?
Get out of here, plumbers.
Plumbers and electricians. All right, so the Dolphins, they win 7 and 8 in the year Super Bowl 9. It was actually the Steelers beat the Vikings. The Dolphins went 11 and 3. They lost in the divisional round.
Okay.
All right, so Super Bowl 11, after Pittsburgh won 9 and 10 in Super Bowl 11, the Raiders beat the Vikings 32-14, and Pittsburgh lost in the AFC Championship game.
Okay, so again, so the Packers still kind of the outlier in terms of falling off completely.
Super Bowl 15, once again, the Pittsburgh Steelers, after they won back-to-back 13 and 14, the Raiders beat the Eagles. I believe that was actually in New Orleans, 27-10. Pittsburgh went 9 and 7, no playoffs that year.
Okay, so they went 4 of like 6 years?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 or 6, which is probably, I guess, maybe the best run we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Just going by
unless
the
you just do
numbers.
the whole Patriots
Unless you do the
run.
whole, yeah.
And it's like 6 and 10 or something.
That's not going to last so long, obviously. All right, so after San Francisco wins 23 and 24, they beat Cincy in 23, Denver in 24. Super Bowl 25 was actually the Giants in Buffalo. Remember when Buffalo missed the kick?
The wide right or whatever.
So Giants won 20-19. San Francisco 14 and 2 that year, but lost in the NFC Championship game.
Shows you how hard it is, man. So 14 and 2, you're back-to-back Super Bowl chance, and the Giants break through, manage to beat you, and go on to win the Super Bowl.
All right, so Super Bowl 29, that's after the Cowboys won Super Bowl 27 against the Bills and 28 against the Bills. God, poor Bills. So in that Super Bowl 29, it was the 49ers 49-26 over my Bush League Bolts, the only time the Chargers have ever made the Super Bowl. That year, Dallas went 12 and 4 and lost to San Fran in the NFC Championship game.
So that's the 94? I read a very interesting anecdote this morning that was tied into the Eagles' front office moves. That's when free agency was new, and that was when the Niners went all in. They added Richard Dent. They added Ricky Jackson. They added Dion, I believe. Yes, right. They added Dion as well, and they drafted. It said Bryant Young. Who? Yeah. They drafted Bryant, but whatever. The point is, like, Sanford was like, okay, this free agency thing is new. We gonna open up the checkbook. We gonna see how good they get, and they charged past the Cowboys. How depressing is this? So the Eagles made 3 Super Bowls in a row. Are they the first team? Well, I guess the Bills made four in a row. 4 in a row.
And lost all 4.
We didn't get one.
Oh man, that's got to pain you. All right, so then we have the Patriots, right?
We only did this once, which again is shocking.
So the Patriots.
Oh, wait, no, Broncos. Skip Broncos.
Oh, yeah, Broncos. Oh, yeah, Super Bowl 34. How could I skip that one?
Yep.
That was the Rams-Titans.
I was at that game. That was the one Super Bowl I've ever been to in my life.
Nice.
Yeah, I was in Atlanta.
Yeah, so that was 23-16. They get stopped on the 1-yard line, and that's after Denver won 32-33. So in 32, they beat Green Bay. In 33, they beat the Dirty Birds and the Falcons. You're probably a Dirty Bird fan at that point, though, right?
Yes, I was. I was a big Falcons fan at the time. I'll never forget the NFC Championship where it was that 15-1 Vikings team with Randall Cunningham, Chris Carter, and Randy Moss. And Gary Anderson was perfect on the year.
Oh, yeah.
And then missed the game-winning kick. And Morton Anderson, shout out to the legend, did not when he got the opportunity, and he sent the Falcons to the Super Bowl. But that's when the Broncos, underdogs year 1 against the Packers, big upset. Then they come back the next year, and Elway finally has his Super Bowl MVP. He dominates the game. He rides off into the sunset, and Bubby Brister couldn't bring him back the next year.
No, they were 6-10.
Yeah.
6-10, no playoffs for the Denver Broncos.
From 14-2.
Yeah, after winning back-to-back Super Bowls. Oof.
So now we're on the Patriots.
Now we're on the Patriots. They win Super Bowl 38, 32-29 over the Panthers, and 24-21 Super Bowl 39 over the Philadelphia Eagles.
Is that the T.O. one when he came back from the high ankle?
Yeah.
Okay, Andy Reid, early Super Bowl for Reid there.
Yeah, so in that year, Super Bowl 40, it was the Steelers over the Seahawks 21-10. Very boring Super Bowl. But the Patriots that year went 10-6 and lost in the divisional round.
So would that have been when Brady hurt his knee? I feel like 10-6 was maybe when.
No, the year he hurt his knee was my rookie year. Okay. So that was 2008. The Steelers beat the Cardinals that year. And then, of course, we are here. Kansas City, winners of Super Bowl 57 and 58, 38-35 over Philly, and then 25-22 over San Francisco. And they are going for a 3rd straight Super Bowl. And like you said, T, the only team to make it to this point.
Looking to be the first to ever do it. So history on the line this week in New Orleans. All right. I also, though, I know that we rarely talk about the NBA on this show, especially because the Pelicans have been so god-awful this year as to barely warrant any coverage whatsoever. But this Luka Doncic trade, and there is a New Orleans tie here because it's got AD involved a bit, but this Luka Doncic trade, Jake, I've never seen anything like it. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, how it happened, who it involves, and just out of nowhere, yeah.
I mean, a 25-year-old who is a 5-time first-team All-NBA member, traded for an oft-injured 31-year-old who is still awesome but appears to be past his prime. Rarely do you see it. I know of teams moving on from aging superstars. I have never seen a team move on from a current budding young superstar that's only getting better and that is fresh off of an NBA Finals appearance. Like, it wasn't like this isn't like a situation where, let's say it's AD with the Pelicans, where you know he's awesome, but the wins just aren't there. The wins can't get there. You were in the finals last year because of Luka Doncic, and you trade him, and you don't get much in return. You get AD, Max Christie, and 1 first-round pick. They give those things out like candy in the NBA, and you only got 1?
Yeah.
And then you give up Luka Doncic, who again, isn't just a great player. He's young, all that, but also like the heart and soul of the franchise, of the city, of the team. I've never seen anything like it. And the GM, what he said about it afterwards, he is very much challenging Luka Doncic. Like, he basically told him, we didn't want to give you the Supermax. We don't trust you. We'd rather move on and go to AD, who, again, is always injured as well.
Like, literally always. I mean, sure, there can be a beef and there can be, disappointment from front office and a player, but it's a Luka. You don't think that if you opened that up and made that a story of, hey, he's available, that you could have gotten more than AD, a bench player and a first-round pick that's probably not going to be that great anyways, going to be like 20-something, and you're going to get some guard from St. Mary's? Like, why not open it up? Like, they said this is the only team they talked with.
I know.
What?
I know.
Like, if you open that up, you're going to have great offers.
They're really high on AD. Here's what Nico Harrison, these are a few quotes I want to read. Here's what Nico Harrison had to say about the trade. Quote, as we turn the page, I think it's important to know that Jason Kidd and I, we've had a vision. And by the way, the context here, Kidd was also told in the 11th hour about this trade. He's putting on a brave face, but I don't know that I would appreciate if I was Kidd being kind of lumped into this. But as we turn the page, I think it's important to know that Jason Kidd and I, we had a vision and the culture that we want to create since we've been here. The players that we're bringing in, we believe, exemplify that. We think defense wins championships, and we're bringing in one of the best two-way players in the league. So already there, again, you were just in the championship. And beyond that, you're saying that, yeah, we don't think Luka's good enough defensively to be able to challenge him in that way. He goes on to say, quote, well, let's be clear. I'm the one making the decision, and Kidd's supportive of it, so it's me. And here's where he gets really confident. He says, I don't do anything that's scary. I think everything that we do, we put a lot of work into. We study it, and we restudy it, and we go back. I understand the magnitude of it. The easiest thing for me to do is to do nothing, and everyone would praise me for doing nothing. But really, we believe in it, and time will tell if I'm right. I mean, so here you've traded Luka Doncic, and you have publicly told him it's because we don't trust him, we don't think he's good enough, and I'm betting my career on the fact that I'm not. I mean, this is some Jerry Krause from Last Dance level of self-involvement from Nico here.
Oh, he better hope that they make a run, at least one.
They got to get one. They got to get a ring.
One.
If they don't get a ring, this will go down as maybe the worst trade of all time.
Yeah, minimum they got to get back to the finals, it feels like, and they don't feel like a finals team right now. They were just there. I don't know how you justify this. It's going to be incredibly hard to do so. I don't think they get it done. And poor Jason Kidd, you could tell he got told in the 11th. I mean, he might have gone to the 12th hour.
Yeah,
he might have even got told in the 11th hour. He looked upset. He tried to put on, like you said, a brave face, but you could tell it was written all over his face. You just got rid of a generational player for a 32-year-old that's always hurt.
And apparently it's because the Mavericks were worried about giving Doncic the Supermax, citing conditioning concerns. And then you go into the rumor mill a step lower, and they're talking about him drinking beer before games and maybe smoking a couple of darts and heaters. But, guys, guess what? He's European. Okay?
Eastern European.
Yeah, you got to let him do what he's going to do. Also, beyond that, what do you think Michael was doing back in the day? I mean, famous for his partying ways, smoking cigars before the games. Like, this is overthinking it to the point of being dumb, in my opinion. Also, Jake, you want to talk about motivating Luka Doncic? So he would have been eligible for a 5-year, $345 million Supermax from Dallas, $345. Yeah. Now, due to this trade, 5 years, $229 is the max that he can get. Which, I mean, again, guys, only $229. I get it. Stupid, right? Either way. But they literally took over $100 million out of his pocket by making this move.
Yeah, and I don't care how much money you got, you're going to feel that one.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to sting.
I mean, if nothing else, for a competitor like that at the most elite level, it's going to piss you off and make you very motivated to prove them wrong, as if you already weren't incredibly motivated.
Yeah, and now we got to watch the Lakers probably go out there and thrive.
Yeah, I mean, for the LeBron conspiracy theorists, this has got to be the most fertile ground that you could possibly imagine, right? The NBA trying to keep the Lakers relevant, trying to keep LeBron relevant. Where's David Stern when you need him to veto a trade?
Oh,
come on, David.
That only happens here.
Come out of retirement.
Yeah.
But I've never seen anything like it. And again, it better pay off. It better pay off. That first round pick too isn't until 2029.
Yeah, David Stern's passed away, so he can't come out of retirement, but
Somebody did, come out of hell then, whatever, heaven, whatever. Hell's a little aggressive.
That seems really aggressive.
David Stern always reminded me of John Lovitz.
Yeah, he did have a John Lovitz.
They're always one and the same to me. That's a good point by Nookie, too. The $229 million comes with 13% state tax, which he would not have had on the 345.
I know all about that.
So again, got the number knocked down and has the Cali taxes versus Texas. Unbelievable trade.
You just pulled like poor David Stern, like Major League, the first one when they're putting the spring training roster together, and it's like, this guy here's dead. He's like, we'll cross him off then. You just did that to David Stern.
Hey, that's I saw a very funny gif of some anime where some demons walking out the flames, and it's like David Stern coming out of hell to deny the trade. I didn't realize he was actually dead. So rest in peace, David Stern, man.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to say about you, but you look like John Lovitz to me, and I find anybody who looks like John Lovitz or gives me a John Lovitz vibe, I find that that makes me happy.
Yeah, I like John Lovitz.
Who doesn't like John Lovitz? So shout out to the Lakers, though. What a coup. It is weird, though, to close this with a little bit of a New Orleans twist, Jake. I think this is really done by the Mavericks. But at the same time, it does make me question, how in the hell is Dallas willing to make a move like this and you still have Brandon Ingram on your team? And you still have Zion Williamson on your team? Like, it makes your inaction look even crazier, even if this is an absurd move from Dallas.
And the Spurs made a move, too, and that was one of the landing spots for BI.
Yep.
And so now that's not even really going to be on the table because they got their guard, Fox, from Sacramento. And so that was probably one of your better options as far as a trade partner. And so that's gone. So not only are you sitting on your player, other teams around you are making moves for a player that, probably could have found himself in San Antonio. So, yeah, it's bad on all fronts.
Okay, let's give the guys back home a chance real quick. Taylor, you first. I see your comment here in the YouTube chat. Bring it on air. You've done some math about the durability of AD and Luka.
Yeah, so, the Mavs are talking about, we're concerned about Luka's conditioning, which I think is a load of crap. I think they made that up. Luka Doncic has played in 81% of his games. Anthony Davis only played in 76% of his games, and he's 6 years older. So if you're worried about conditioning there, you just took multiple steps back. Also, you were talking about Jason Kidd being in the dark. Nico Harrison, a report came out. He went to the majority owner of the Mavericks, sent out this trade idea to him. The owner laughed in his face. He went behind the owner's back, made this trade anyway, as well as keeping Jason Kidd in the dark. He put his entire career on the line for this move.
Bro, Nico Harrison believes in some Nico Harrison. That's insane. And then, Alondra, I'll open it up to you as the Spurs essentially get De'Aaron Fox for nothing. You now have Wemby. You pair him with Fox. How are we feeling in Spurs country, Alondra?
So over here in Spurs country, we're feeling great. We got out of this trade deadline pretty much unscathed, and I would say we won the trade deadline. Well, I guess obviously the Lakers did, but it just, outside of the Lakers, yes, we won this trade deadline, but I think it's the dumbest move that I've ever seen in my life to trade Luka for street clothes.
I mean, we're sitting here talking about how, if nothing else, you just got to keep Zion and just live or die with him because you don't want him to go to another team and have that meteoric rise. And they had somebody who's infinitely better than Zion, and they just gave him up for one first-round pick.
An aging player, a bench player, and a first-round pick is wild. And, I mean, Luka, they also gave another player back to the Lakers. And it wasn't just Luka. I mean,
They gave
I
up.
don't know.
So they gave up Markieff. They gave up Markieff Morris and Maxi Kleber. And guys, Maxi Kleber is not a slouch. He is a solid post player. And the Lakers needed a solid post player when they got rid of Anthony Davis. They dominated this trade.
It's honestly, again, how it happened. Middle of the night, everybody thinking that Shams had gotten hacked. Everybody shocked. There's videos of NBA players reacting on the bench what? No
they had
way.
their phones out on the bench. The Suns had their phones out.
Look, man, people hate cigarettes, especially I guess if you're an NBA player. Insane move. Very interested. Oh, and yeah, Luka thanked Dallas. AD thanked LA. AD is still not thank New Orleans. Nor will he ever. So you might as well stop hoping for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, crazy NBA trade deadline. When we get back, we got some local LSU news, some big recruits coming in. Also, we're going to talk to Brooks Kubina, beat writer from The Athletic for the Philadelphia Eagles, coming up here in a little bit, get some Eagles insight. And we're going to send Jake off to his Super Bowl radio show. So keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge is there for you if you are in the market for a new vehicle. This could be a completely new vehicle, maybe a Toyota certified used vehicle where you still get excellent warranty coverage and a great price. Maybe it's a situation where you just need a rent or you want to try something out. You want to go test drive. You can do it all right there for Airline and Goodwood. Very conveniently located. And whether it's leasing, buying, you're buying with budget, you're buying with a little more just selection, lifestyle in mind. The bottom line is they have the answers for you, All-Star Toyota.
Go to the website today, see what you can buy new, see what you can lease, see what you can rent. And we tell you every single day, twice a day, that everything is always going to be available to you. T-Bob and I have both taken, the rental department for a spin. And certainly if we've got a trip coming up and you want to save miles on your vehicle, we both currently leasing cars. T-Bob owns cars from All-Star. I mean, you can get it done, whatever you're looking to get done over there. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Live from Super Bowl 59 Radio Row in New Orleans. Presented by L'Auberge Casino Hotel Baton Rouge.
Yeah, and shout out to L'Auberge Casino Hotel Baton Rouge. They sponsored our trip to Mobile. They're now sponsoring our trip here on Radio Row in New Orleans. Very pleased to be here. We have sent Jake off to the Super Bowl. We got Brooks here, but real quick, massive news, guys. The Barrett Sports Media Top 10 just came out. And the boys and girls have moved on up, dude, from number 9 to number 7 in the entire country. That's right, the 7th-rated mid-market local morning sports talk show in the country. Like I said, I'm very happy with the work that Taylor and Alondra do. I think it's the best place that the show's been at thus far, and so I'm glad to see some outside validation. But if you're watching online right now, you can see I'm no longer sitting by Jake. I'm sitting by a name you probably remember from back in the day, Brooks Kubina, now covering the Philadelphia Eagles for The Athletic. Of course, Brooks was a LSU beat writer back in the day, and following in the footsteps of Ross and all these other guys who go on to bigger, better, and greater things. Also very jacked right now, Brooks. Looks like you've been hitting the gym, man. You look great.
Well, this is actually a response to coming in last night, and I went too hard with the po' boy and had 3 beers, and I remembered why I lost 10 pounds when I left Louisiana, so I just ran 3 miles.
Oh, let's go. Oh, so you got the endorphins pumping already?
I got it in, and I broke something on Hester's headphones, so I don't know my own strength. I'm already messing everything up. So.
Okay, wait. So real quick, before we get into the Eagles, take me through your years after you left LSU, because you were with Houston for a while, right?
Yeah. I went to the Houston Chronicle to cover the Texans.
Yeah.
So that was right at the beginning of their rebuild. All the allegations and stuff came out against Deshaun Watson. That whole saga, I stepped into that and covered that year. And they went one and done with David Culley, went one and done with Lovie Smith. I didn't cover really that many wins in my time in Houston. So I think, the Super Bowl. So last year I joined The Athletic, cover the Eagles, and as soon as I joined the beat, they tank. So all the people in my comments are like, it's you. It's you. And now they're in the Super Bowl. So
good.
Really,
so you've been freed.
That's right.
What? So you also covered a pretty crazy time with the LSU beat. Mm-hmm. What's the wildest beat that you've covered?
No, LSU still.
Just drama.
I mean, the highs and the lows every day. Waking up at 5 a.m. wondering what's going to be in the email sheet from whatever situation might be there. And then, I mean, the national championship. I was thinking about this because 5 years ago, they won the national championship here in New Orleans, and the morning of that dreadful 8 a.m. press conference that's after. Whoever does that needs to, not do that anymore.
Yeah, awful.
But they won the national championship, which is the highest high you can get. But also, Odell Beckham had been handing out cash on the field. So you're like, the wide range of things you have to cover. I remember calling somebody that morning at LSU and be like, hey, congratulations. I did not think I'd be talking
what a
about
bad
this,
call to have to make.
What
dude.
happened?
Oh my!
It is my job. I was like, dude, I do not want to bring the mood down. But what happened with this?
Okay, but now, like you said, with the Eagles, winner, and so in hour one, we laid out just kind of our surface level narratives and storylines that we're playing with this week, and with the Eagles. So much of it is tied into kind of Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni, 2 guys who shouldn't need validation, but for whatever reason, be it a high level of expectation, a lot of people still view them as needing to win the big one to get there. As somebody who covers this team intimately, what are your main storylines about this team that are most interesting going into this week?
Well, the number one is the greatest running back the Eagles have ever had.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley comes in, and everybody probably saw the Hard Knocks interview and everything about how he left the New York Giants, a team that never gave him the guaranteed money and the contract of long-term security that he was been chasing the whole time. He joins the Eagles, and I was talking to Howie Roseman, the general manager of the Eagles, on Saturday, and asked him if that was the single most influential signing he ever had in his tenure. He's been with the Eagles since 2000 in various different roles.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't put it that way, but you look at how the offense runs, and it runs through Saquon Barkley. They are running the ball more per game since 1978 with this Eagles team. And you got to look at everything through what they're doing through that.
1978.
It used to be 1950.
Damn.
But the last game of the season, Jalen Hurts gets through
Yeah,
the
he got a little
concussion.
hot, yeah.
So that actually bumped them up to 1970. But that's the main storyline. Saquon Barkley's influence on the offense and also his influence on a very young team. You look on the defensive side, that was something that they were they struggled so much on defense last year, giving up explosive passes, all those things. They go into the draft, and you look at what the Eagles have done as a personnel department. They went on a heater in terms of what they signed.
We were looking at him earlier.
Drafting Quinyon Mitchell in the first round, trading up to get Cooper DeJean in the second round. Both of them are Rookie of the Year candidates. We'll see who wins this week. But Barkley's influence there is being this person who, comes in with his aura already. And I was talking to Lane Johnson, the right tackle, who's been around for one of the longer tenures for the Eagles. And he's like, it usually takes a while for a guy to jump in and earn his stripes and use his voice. But with Barkley, it was immediate. And this is an organization that likes to get young players in and have a mentor prepared. You see like Jalen Carter on the interior. He had Fletcher Cox last year.
Yep.
But Barkley being there this year also helps those things. So that's one main narrative. And the other is Nick Sirianni last year, the biggest collapse that I can remember in terms of what
these have been
did.
the two best teams in the NFL for 2.75 seasons.
Yeah.
Like a piece. Like without the Eagles' collapse, yes, they're as dynastic almost as is run by the Chiefs, but it just all inexplicably blew up.
Yeah, but Philadelphia fans, they remind me a lot of LSU fans. People said, you're not ready for Philadelphia. I was like, well, it's kind of similar. They live, breathe, diet. It's everything. So whenever things went wrong in Philly last year, and they go 1-6 to end the year, and the organization is trying to say, well, we made the playoffs, we like a lot of these things. Philly wasn't having it. They're like, get Nick Sirianni out of here. We want to start over. And you see in the offseason, he has the highest win percentage in terms of win percentage amongst coaches in Eagles history, and for him to be fired last year would have been huge. But a lot of people were calling for his head inside the city. And he overhauled his staff, fired his offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, made 2 new hires, Kellen Moore, who's up for the Saints job, and Vic Fangio, who's now in his 7th time as a defensive coordinator. I asked him if he wanted to be a head coach again, which I think he probably could if he tried, but he said he's from the Eagles Philadelphia area. He's
happy.
He's 66 years old. He started his career here in New Orleans, which is another storyline. But Sirianni, what he's done to get back to the Super Bowl amongst a lot of the vitriol that fans had in Philly against him for the collapse last year, and wondering what he does, quote unquote, because he's not a play caller. He removed himself to more of a CEO type role, and that comes with a lot of questions. And it comes down to who do you hire, how do you manage your team, are the game plans sound? And there's no question that was successful this year. So he's put himself back on the mountaintop.
And something else that we talked about was I found some in The Athletic. I found some great numbers on offseason additions and how unreal it is the Eagles adding not 1 but 2 first-team All-Pro players in Saquon Barkley and Zach Bond. It's like apparently only since 1970, only 14 teams have even added 1. The other 90 teams have not, and the Eagles added 2. And what about Zach Bond? Because that's kind of the New Orleans angle to me here is you had that guy in there. He's talking about rolling up to work, crying in the parking lot, absolutely miserable, and now he's first-team All-Pro. What has he said about his transition to Philly?
I think he's tired of me asking about it.
Yeah.
Zach Bond's been a fun story to be around every week. And I did a story whenever they played here against the Saints in week 3, I think it was. I talked to him about that because he was an edge rusher, came in. I kind of had everybody in this area knows what Bond was with the Saints. And he in the offseason, the Eagles were looking for somebody to fit kind of that mold on the edge, someone that could fulfill that because that's a whole other story about how they're managing the edge. But Vic Fangio receives film from Howie Roseman and says, hey, I like Zach Bond kind of on the edge, maybe a guy that we can shift around and use as a gadget guy. What do you think? And he's like, I see him as an inside linebacker. And they're like, all right, well, okay, let's see what happens. And he goes into the offseason and he puts him there. And even Bond had questions. He's like, when do I get to rush? He's asking Vic Van, okay, this is cool. And I like how I'm playing in here, but when do I get to go outside and do what I do?
So he didn't even know what his most natural role was going to be.
No, and he was talking to Howie Roseman. They were like, at that time, he thought his ceiling might be the best special teams player that they have.
Yeah.
And to understand why this is such a opportunity that he fulfilled was that the Eagles historically have not really valued the linebacker position monetarily wise.
Yeah.
A lot of the problems last year originated from letting 2 linebackers walk from the Super Bowl team 2 years ago, and they played really poorly with the replacements they had last year. So Bond coming through in that way. They signed Devin White in the offseason last year.
Yep.
So name people remember from LSU here, and people thought, including me, that Devin White was going to be the starting inside linebacker. But Bond played so well that he beat out.
And it just started like that. That
Yeah.
ball just started rolling.
He ended Devin White's resurgency campaign.
Yeah.
And to the point where White actually went to the Eagles and said, look, I know I'm not going to play. I'd like an opportunity to go somewhere else and get a shot. So that was amicable. He gets released week 4, and Bond's now a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. And he can't believe it, and how he can't believe it, not anybody. And what he's been able to do here, it's going to be interesting because he's on a 1-year deal.
Yep. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So now the Eagles have to decide what they're going to do.
Are they going to pay him?
It's funny. Jason Kelsey, everybody knows Jason Kelsey. He has a show on Friday nights that's in Philly, and Howie Roseman attended it. And they talked about Zach Bond, and he made the joke. Roseman did. That's like, oh, we didn't, did you expect this? And he used a word I can't say on air. And he's like, I hope you remember that whenever your contract comes up, we're going to do it again. So Bond knows that he got his opportunity in Philly. He's playing well because he's playing under Fangio, who's not, he's saying he's staying. So he might decide to, instead of pursue this large contract with somewhere else, like he'll still get his money.
Yeah. Get paid, but maybe not like min-max it, but maybe take a little bit of a discount to stay with the team that launched him into the stratosphere.
And that's one of the interesting things about what the Eagles do as an organization. Look at the offseason moves they made. They re-signed A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Landon Dickerson, and Jordan Mailata on contracts at the time that were max deals.
Yeah.
And then within months, they reset the market, and now those are the 5th, the 6th, the 7th ranked players. So they get ahead.
So they got in on value when the value was good before the price got driven up even more.
If anybody's a Cowboys fan in this region, it's like the opposite plan. Set the market. Jalen Hurts was like 2 years ago the highest paid quarterback in NFL history for all but a minute.
Yeah.
And then now he's like the 7th or something like that. So they get ahead on it. I'm sure they'll do the same with Bond.
All right, Brooks, last one to get about 30 seconds here. Read on who wins or how you maybe think this thing plays out.
I think the Eagles win. Watching the Chiefs this year, they're so savvy in terms of how a game plays out.
Yeah.
There have been moments where defenses like the Texans in the divisional round where they get turnovers but they don't capitalize. I was like, if the Texans had any breath of life on offense, they might have been able to upset the Chiefs. The way the Eagles play, they leverage their offensive run game against this top-ranked defense that has got a bunch of turnovers. And to understand why that's important, Jalen Hurts has stepped into a more conservative role in the pocket. He's taking more sacks because he's not throwing the ball. He's not chucking it. He knows that if he doesn't turn the ball over and they punt, chances are they're going to be able to get a stop on defense. So I think that style of play, they're going to capitalize on anything they get out of the Chiefs, who have been turning the ball over at times. They'll be in a position at the end of the game where I think they might be up by 8 or 9, and Mahomes can't kill you that way. So I think that's how this goes.
Exactly. Well, Brooks, thank you so much, man. Again, guys, if you don't subscribe to The Athletic, I've been a proud subscriber for years. Whatever you're into, they have really talented writers covering it. And they got a new game. If you like to play Connections, like Rivers loves to play Connections, The Athletic, now under that New York Times banner, has Connections Sports Edition debuting on the Super Bowl, February 9th. So make sure you check it out as well. Brooks, thank you so much, man. It's great catching up with you. Great seeing you.
Likewise, T-Bob.
And what's the number one thing we learned? All you LSU fans talking bad about the Philly fans, look in the mirror. You are one and the same. All right, more OTB when we get back.
Off the bench.
Okay, guys, I want to remind you, go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552 for all of your plumbing needs. Central Plumbing's there for you when you need them. We got flat rate pricing, excellent warranty coverage once the work is done, licensed, bond-insured employees you can trust who's coming in your home, 24/7 emergency service, and a half a century of experience, guys, 50 years. How do you grow and stand the test of time? It's because your customers are consistently satisfied, and that is the theme with Central Plumbing. I use them anytime anything goes wrong. But if you're in the market for like a excuse me, they do throat pipes. If you're in the market for like a bathroom remodel, tankless water heater, any upgrades, they're your answer. Centralplumbing.org. More OTB next.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further. like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Live from Super Bowl 59 Radio Row in New Orleans. Presented by L'Auberge Casino Hotel Baton Rouge.
All right, guys. Look, I'm going to give you all a heads up. I screwed this hour up. Okay. So we're going to have a couple of quick segments in the hour here. I can hear Moscona grinding his teeth all the way from I-10 driving over here to New Orleans. We just got a little excited, man. Got a little excited about being the 7th-rated mid-market local morning sports talk show in the entire country. Huge credit to Tay and Alondra for bringing us up even a bit more. We'll go through the rest of the list and see where everybody else falls. Also, shout out to Brooks. Great catching up with him. Very funny. So that sentiment about the LSU beat is something that I've heard from Brooks, Brody, Ross, like everybody who's gone on to these big things in the journalism world that cut their teeth covering the LSU bit. Almost every single person to a man talks about the insanity of the LSU beat and how unending it is and how the drama, the highs, the lows, it's all pretty mind-blowing. All right, so what can we do very quick here? Let's continue our Hunt Palmer baseball position preview. This year we got center field on the docket. Remember, we go in position by position. Hunt's breaking down, LouisianaSports.net, the great new site we have over Guaranteed. Check it out. Who's gone? Paxton Kling. gone after a frustrating offensive season. Patrick Skilling no longer there. Jake Brown is coming back. Who's new? Chris Stanfield. Now, Stanfield seems like the name here. He's transferred in from Auburn. Last year, he was Auburn's primary center fielder. 51 starts to his name, led Auburn in multi-hit games. He hit .283 with 17 runs scored in SEC play. It's funny, against LSU, a lot of times these coaches go after the players that had success against them. Against LSU in 23 as a true freshman, Stanfield gets 2 hits off of Skeens. In 2024, he had a 3-hit game in the box. He's very good defensively. Now, he's not the only name there because, like I said, Jake Brown, pretty solid as a freshman, strong fall. He's in play. Derek Curiel will have some opportunity as well. For what it's worth, Hunt's final take is that, look, he likes Curiel in left, Stanfield in center, and then right field being some combination of Brown, Larson, Pearson, Fry, Beck, see who ends up winning that job. But again, Stanfield's a name to look at here, and you got to wonder, can Jay Johnson, the development god, do something akin to what we've seen him do with other players that transfer in and bring their games to the next level, probably like Michael Braswell, the most premier example of this. So you can even look at a guy like Tommy White, and he was already great at NC State, but the consistency that he achieved here, that's what Jay Johnson does. He finds what your potential is, and he wrings it out of you like squeezing blood from the stone. So shout out to Hunt Palmer and his work on LouisianaSports.net. Check it out. More Off the Bench, closing hour 2 next.
Off the Bench.
Pelican Roofing, guys. That's right, man. If you need a brand new roof, you want to hit up our friends over there at Pelican Roofing, where the customer comes first. And remember, we are part of the community as well, okay? We just had our January gym giveaway, trying to get your body right here in 2024. Well, if you go on Pelican and you check out their Facebook, every single month we have new community initiatives and giveaways going on right here in Baton Rouge. So go find Pelican Roofing on Facebook and go see what they got going on right now. What I love about Pelican is how they take care of the customer, okay? Dedicated employees from answering the phone all the way through cleanup, dedicated project managers on each and every site, okay? So you not only get an attention to detail that makes sure the job goes correctly, but you get an instant turnaround time. And we have excellent financing options available as well, up to 21 months with 0% APR financing for those who qualify. So what are you waiting for, guys? You need a roof. You want the best. You want Pelican Roof. Go to pelicanroof.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Live from Super Bowl 59 Radio Row in New Orleans. Presented by L'Auberge Casino Hotel, Baton Rouge.
That's right, man. Shout out to the L'Auberge for having us out here live at Super Bowl Radio Row. Shout out to Trash Rangers, our friends. If you need any residential trash pickup in South Louisiana or commercial, you want Trash Rangers. Remember, residentially, if you live at Live Center Ascension, you get to choose. Right now, we are still doing our 50% off deal. So you make the switch today, you can get better service for as low as $13.95 a month, guys. You see the red cans popping up all over the neighborhood. You see the 1,000 5-star reviews online. They just do things at a different level at Trash Rangers. And then if you're a business owner anywhere in the listening area, you need big roll-off dumpsters, front-load dumpsters, emptied anywhere from either 6 days a week. Trash Rangers has your back. Shout out to Team OTB, ranked number 7. Chad is saying if I let Alondra talk more, that we'd be ranked even higher. To which some responded, yeah, but she can only talk for like 2 words, and then T-Bob would cut her off. All very true, but I would like to point out that I am equal opportunity in my cutting off of people. Do I suck up all the air in the room? Absolutely. Do I sit there and just spew and yell and interrupt? Yes, unfortunately I do. And I need to be better about it. But sometimes, like this hour, I just get too excited. But just know, I cut off everybody, right? Even Jake. So it's not just Magalandra. Okay, we had a ton still to get to on today's show. If our phones work, I'm hoping to catch up with Hold the Mayo next hour. We've got weekend winners to start, and there's a lot to get to today. We still got our Tay-Tay NFL story of the day. And by the way, I know, guys, Jake did not quit. If you want to catch Jake, he is going to be on Super Bowl radio. I think it said it's Sirius XM 106, and that's going to be 9 to 12. I'm going to go over there at 10:15, go hop on with him, and then he has off campus in the afternoon as well. But I don't think this is going to be Tay-Tay's NFL story of the day, but it looks like Justin Tucker is now up to 9 massage therapists, guys. So it's a bit like we said, Tucker with the vehement denial, and I get it. But then there were those random tweets from a few years ago kind of talking about the very thing that's being alleged now, and much like the Deshaun Watson case, the number kind of continues to climb. So not great for old JT. 9 massage therapists. He's collecting quite the grouping there. Jake devastated they didn't make the top 5. Can't better face anyone. Dude, so competitive. True. Too gritty to be pretty. Easy E thought he was looking for the coffee table. He never came back. Yeah, it looks like, I don't know where the coffee tables are here. If I had to guess, so they will not be removed at 8 a.m. All right, hour 2 is in the books. Again, sorry for the short segments here at the end. We'll get back on schedule next hour, cranking it up with weekend winners. Keep it locked, OTB.
Off the Bench.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Monday, February 3rd. Today in Baton Rouge, you expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 80 in hour 3 of today's show. We'll have weekend winners at 9 a.m. Then Devin Snowhobbs on the show at 9:15. And we'll continue our discussion on NFL football. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN. And watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from New Orleans for Super Bowl 59, starts now.
Let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
What's going on, y'all? Hour number 3 of OTB is cranking up, and we are live here on Radio Row, starting to get a little bit of movement, a little bit of traction here in the New Orleans Convention Center as shows are starting to fill out. The McAfee lights are on right behind us. Jake is shining bright on the SiriusXM stage at the end of the hall right now. Things are starting to move, and I'm not going to lie, guys, coming into this, I was a little nervous, a little on edge, a little bit not knowing what to expect. But the big event energy is here. It is palpable. And to think that this is Monday and that this will just be an ever-increasing ascent into madness, not descent, ascent. As we continue to hype this thing up more and more and more, I feel very blessed and very grateful to be here, guys. So a massive thank you to LeBears, a massive thank you to Guarantee, a massive thank you to all of y'all out there, wonderful sponsors, and especially to all of y'all who listen every day, who support the show, who make this job so much fun. It's definitely feeling a little bit of reflection out of your boy here on a Monday. I mean, we're about to do Weekend Winner. I feel like a winner, being able to be out here and do a show with this great setup and the great team with Cade and Bo and Rivers and Alondra, just everybody making everything happen. It's really cool. It's really cool. And hopefully I can get some all-you-can-eat wings at the Bounty Quicker Picker-Upper paper towel booth later in the day. That would be the ultimate Weekend Winner. All right, let's go ahead and dive in to Weekend Winners.
That's how winning is done.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've got too far.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Are you doing what it takes to win a championship?
Wow, winning.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do.
What's that? Win the whole thing.
Weekend Winner is going to be a bit of a random NFL story. Chip Kelly is returning to the NFL, this time as the Raiders offensive coordinator. And if you're like, well, T-Bob, why does this stand out to you? It's because I think this is such a massive win for Chip Kelly and the journey that he's been on for the last couple of years. Of course, 2 years ago, Chip Kelly, UCLA head coach, doesn't love what a head coach of being a major college football program actually entails, right? A lot of NIL, always going to be recruiting, but all of a sudden it's as much fundraising. There's very little actual coaching of football. I mean, Ryan Day talked about this, right? That's why he brought Kelly in. All of a sudden, Ryan Day's just spending all day on the phone raising money. So Kelly was doing that at UCLA. He says, I want to get back to coaching, man. So he goes and he takes a step down to be Ohio State offensive coordinator. Now, significantly more coaching, but still you're having to deal with NIL, you're having to deal with recruiting, telling the recruits are going to be here, all this other sorts of stuff. Well, now he has once again reached the NFL promised land. As if you are somebody who just wants to coach ball, NFL coordinator is at the top of that list, and Chip, in his twilight years of his career, has found his way back as a part of that Pete Carroll staff in Las Vegas. I think this is just a massive win for Chip Kelly, never having to hear about recruiting or NIL ever again. They didn't have a quarterback, but still, good on Chip Kelly. Alondra, what you got?
Okay, so I have a weekend loser, and this has nothing to do with sports, so just bear with me here. To me, the weekend loser is Kanye West's wife at the Grammys, because first of all, what are we doing? It's the Grammys. Second of all, why do you let this man tell you to go out naked and you do it? It doesn't make any sense to me. It looks bad, and everybody's just gonna think that you're an idiot. So weekend loser, I think her name's Bianca, Kanye West's wife, for being naked on the red carpet of the Grammys.
Yeah, okay, so for those that haven't seen it, she started, Kanye and his wife were out there. She's in like a black fur coat, and Kanye stayed in there, black everything, black, very plain, black shirt, black jeans, black sunglasses, looking intense. And then she doffs the coat, and Alondra is not exaggerating here. She is naked, but for, I guess, like a completely see-through kind of suit, like necklace. I don't know, like kind of like tube top type deal. I don't know. Functionally naked on the red carpet on that stage, absolutely insane. And it just all felt very controlling and manipulative, and just really felt bad, like all over. No, I know that given Kanye's brain, that I'm sure there's some sort of artistic angle that he would try to sell you on about fashion, something else. A statement is being made, but it just felt sad, I think, for most people outside looking in, as their face, everything is just, it kind of gives you the heebie-jeebies a little bit. Tay-Tay, what about you?
Weekend winner Kanye West for dominating Twitter. No, I'm kidding. The real weekend winner is going to be former LSU wide receivers. T-Bob, you were asking about the Pro Bowl and if anybody watched the Pro Bowl games. Well, I'm a loser, so of course I did. And Malik Neighbors, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and Brian Thomas, 8 touchdowns in the 7-on-7 Pro Bowl game. It was headlined. They all did an interview after the game talking about LSU being wide receiver U. Huge publicity for LSU. So weekend winner, all the former LSU wide receivers.
And we could touch on it a bit more, but it's a big time for that to happen. As for Junior Day, you're going to have the number 1 wide receiver, Jabari Mack, on campus here pretty soon, but we'll get to that all in a bit. My next weekend winner, look, obviously the Lakers, because what the hell? How did the Lakers get Luka Doncic while basically giving up nothing? And you can say, oh, they gave up AD. True, but you already got a championship, a Mickey Mouse championship, but you got one out of AD, and he's older, and he's still hurt. And now you get a player that transcends even LeBron for carrying you into the new era of whatever the Los Angeles Lakers are. And shout out to the Spurs for getting De'Aaron Fox for nothing as they continued their own charmed existence. My other weekend winner, back to college football, Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer reunited once again. Remember, these are two guys. Ryan Grubb's going to be OC at Alabama. But before this season, we talked a lot about DeBoer without Grubb and how that would work. They worked together at Eastern Michigan. They worked together at Fresno. He was DeBoer's OC at both Fresno and Washington. Like, they were like boys. He took a pay cut, DeBoer did, at Washington to keep Grubb around. Well, Grubb went to the NFL. He went to the Seahawks. Seems like it went well. They choose to move on. They hire Kubiak. Grubb back with his boy, getting the band back together. Will this save Alabama's offense? I don't know. Who's the quarterback going to be? I don't know. It does not look great outside looking in, but I think this is a winner for Grubb, DeBoer, and if you're an Alabama fan, to have these two things together again. Two guys. All right, anything else, guys?
Yeah, you mentioned it, but weekend winners, the Spurs for me, because De'Aaron Fox is a really big piece that we're adding to team up with Wemby. And, I mean, he's an all-star averaging 25 points per game, and we just needed, like, another – I mean, he has Chris Paul, but we just needed, like, one more little piece, and I think we got it for Wemby. And I think the Spurs make a playoff push here in the second half of the NBA season.
Yeah, I mean, CP3 at this point is a great facilitator and an incredible leader and winner, but he's not going to give you the scoring that De'Aaron Fox is. So, Great Alondra, I'm so happy for you. Oh, yeah, because, by the way, weekend loser, the Pelicans, DeJounte Murray tore his Achilles.
Yep.
Like, what the hell, man? I mean, like, what?
By the way, I know this is getting lost in the Luka shuffle, and I can't believe I'm going to give a team that Alondra cheers for props. This was the trade of the weekend, in my opinion. So, De'Aaron Fox, the fastest, if not one of the fastest players in the NBA. Let me tell you.
Wait. Sorry, go ahead, T.
Before Tay-Tay gets his explanation, Taylor, I just want to applaud you. As a guy who's been taking for a long time, what you just did is a grade A media sports take, okay? Everybody's talking about Luka. It's all very obvious. And then you come with the well, actually, this Fox deal may be the best. Love it from a structural standpoint, Tay-Tay. Tell me why.
Well, so, okay, Luka Doncic, one of the best players in the NBA, maybe the best. We got that. We know that. Luka's going to be good no matter where he's at. What De'Aaron Fox does for the Spurs, he's one of the fastest, if not the fastest player in the NBA. Where does Victor Wembanyama shine? In the open court. That two-man fast break is going to be excellent for the Spurs. Also, you want to talk about his speed? He's excellent at driving the lane, and he's going to blow by the first defender. What does that do? You have to put help on him. What does that do? That frees up Wembanyama, that gives him space down low, as well as the mid-range and beyond. I think this was a perfect fit for the San Antonio Spurs.
It really, truly is.
And I mean, I guess that is true from like a fit question. It's going to be interesting seeing LeBron and Luka play together because they're kind of such similar players.
Well, so and people will knock me. People will knock me for this, but it's true. At LeBron's age, this is the first time in LeBron's career where he's not the best player on the team. How is that going to work? Who's going to run the show there in LA? Because while Luka's 6'7", he's pretty much a point guard. I mean, that's what he played for Dallas. Is LeBron going to be that number 2 to Luka's number 1? That'll be interesting to see. Look, my last weekend winner, John Calipari, he went back to Kentucky. They booed him at the start of the game, and Arkansas has not had the year they wanted to have. He upset Kentucky 89-79, knocking out a top 15 team and the team he used to coach. So weekend winner, John Calipari.
Wait, you didn't know that, T?
I missed that, dude. I missed that. What a win for Calipari. Good on him, dude. Ivo Marzwani, weekend loser, AD. He thought he was the future in LA. Yeah, not so fast, AD. Weekend winner, Carter Verhaeghe, hat trick against the Islanders, complete 3-game homestand sweep. Okay, shout out random Florida Panthers. Hell yeah, Bilbo. Thank you for the Panther jersey back in the day. And then Avo and others talking about the Royal Rumble in WWE. Seems like it went great. Good on you. I always like when the people that love the wrestling, when the wrestling is good. Because I have internet brain rot, I think the only highlight I saw was Speed getting speared, like really, actually a really brutal hit, really good sell. But that's all. That's all I saw. So that, I'm happy that it was great for y'all. I think that's going to be it for me. Anything else from you guys?
Nope, that's it.
All right, when we get back, let's talk to our guy, Dem Snow. If our phones work, fingers crossed, a.k.a. Hold the Bail. We'll be back with more Off the Bench. Keep it locked. YouTube.com/1045. You want to get involved? More next.
Off the Bench.
Go to Pinnacle Exterior Construction. PECbuilt.com is the website. And I really want to encourage y'all to go to the website because when you go, you're going to get to look at the gallery, guys. And the gallery is going to sell you on what I'm talking about all the time, right? Which is the artisanship, the design, the beauty of what they do with these pools, with these backyard living areas, pergolas, bulkheads, these fences. I mean, it's not just getting, I want a pool and say, okay, we're just going to X, Y, and Z, and here it is. No, it's like, it's their centerpieces. They're stunning. And they make your backyard the place that you and your family want to be. And that's kind of the point of Pinnacle, okay? We build the spaces and you build the memories. All of a sudden, your kids, their friends, they're not going over to their house. They want to be at your house, under your roof. You keep them safe, nice and warm. So make all your backyard dreams come true with Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com, PECbuilt.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews.
That don't kill me, can only make me stronger.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Live from Super Bowl 59 Radio Row in New Orleans. Presented by L'Auberge Casino Hotel Baton Rouge.
Shout out LeBears, Casino Hotel Baton Rouge, having us here and live on Radio Row at the Super Bowl. Really fantastic out here. Everything's starting to come alive. And right now, it is my pleasure to be talking about one of New Orleans' main men. And hopefully the guy we'll have up here on Radio Row this week at some point. And that is our guy, Dev Snow, a.k.a. Hold the Mayo. Dev, what's up, brother?
Yo, what's up? How we doing?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Can't wait to get eyes on this. It's pretty insane. The only time I've ever been in the New Orleans Convention Center really is, well, there was a mushroom trip one time when I took a stroll through here. But besides that, it would have been, and that would have also actually been at Comic-Con. Comic-Con's the only time I've ever been. So I'm used to being in this room when there's a lot of anime, a lot of sexy body pillows, a lot of people who are uniting under a common interest. And you know, how different is this really? I'm looking around the room. It's just a bunch of NFL nerds. You know, it's like, yeah, okay, there may not be the anime, but it has like a super NFL Comic-Con sort of feel, dude. It's wild.
Yeah. But by the way, when is Comic-Con? Because I saw this year they got Michael J. Fox coming to Comic-Con.
I think it already happened in New Orleans. The New Orleans Wizard, I think it happened in January.
Oh, okay.
I know. I wanted to work it, and then I ended up missing it. I haven't been able to go.
Well, how didn't we promote that Michael J. Fox was in town?
I don't know. And I could be wrong. Maybe Wizarding World split up. Maybe there's another one. But, yeah, I think we missed it, man. I know. Legend visiting the city. But, hey, there's going to be plenty of legends here this week. But, Deb, before we get into everything New Orleans for the Super Bowl, how was the Royal Rumble? As our resident wrestling correspondent, what did we think?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it actually yesterday because I went out the night before, so I watched it yesterday. Dude, I got to be honest. It was pretty good. I don't necessarily agree with who won the Royal Rumble because it came down to Cena and Jey Uso. And I'll just give you my take on Jey Uso right now. It's another guy that wrestling shoves down your throat. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful about it, but I mean, the guy, he's not great. You know what I'm saying? Like, his whole thing is the entrance. The entrance is all right. It's not even amazing. It's an all right entrance where he does the yeet thing the whole time, and they, you know.
Wait, is that when everybody's raising their hands like up and down, like LSU came up with a third down stop?
Yes, but it doesn't take a genius to look at the arena and see there's only 25% of the arena doing the yeet thing, which that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? When Stone Cold Steve Austin came out, everybody was up. Everybody. But that's what they want. They want 25%, and then they'll shove the other 75% down your throat. But, no, it was look, the Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes. I'm not even a Cody Rhodes fan. I thought it was an amazing match.
Hell yeah.
I thought that was the best part of the night. And it looks good. I got to give WWE credit. Their production is, man, it's just the best it's ever been. You know, like the camera angles and all that stuff. It's amazing.
So is that on Are the pay-per-views on Netflix as well now?
No, it's still on Peacock, which means that they must have some type of contract where they got to wait for it to run out.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. But
That's
anyway.
good, though. That's good. Like I said, I'm always happy for my, big wrestling friends when the wrestling is good. And overall, even with the USO win, the wrestling was good yesterday.
Yeah, no, I thought it was. And then, keep in mind, I remember going to the Royal Rumble in 2001. I had begged my mom to buy tickets to this thing. We sat in a nosebleed. Dude, literally my hand could touch the top of the arena. That's how high up we were. and Stone Cold Steve Austin won the Royal Rumble. It's arguably one of the greatest Royal Rumbles ever. And so anytime the Royal Rumble's coming on, I'm like, I got to watch it, man, just because that history of just, always loving the Royal Rumble.
Dev, so what's going on in spread quarters this week? Obviously, we're trying to get you out here for a day of Radio Row at some point, but, I mean, you are – and I don't – this is not an exaggeration. Like, you have made yourself into one of the faces of the city. And the city this week is front and center on display. What's going on in spread quarters? How are we feeling about the Super Bowl being here in New Orleans for an 11th time?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. Like, just waking up this morning, you could just feel that something's different. To be honest with you, man, it's not like Pepsi hit me up, or like any of these big companies, anything like that. But, yeah, it's up to me to be around, go around, do stuff. I mean, I'm looking at 10 events right now. Post Malone's at the Fillmore. They got the NFL Experience, of course. They got I didn't even know Maxim was still in
Maxim?
business.
Wait, Maxim magazine?
Yeah.
What?
They got a Super Bowl party on February 8th from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Ooh, son, there's about to be a lot of cleavage at that Super Bowl party. That's going to be this. Oh,
who knows?
That's going to be the Super Bowl of cleavage, dude. Maxim and FHM. I used to hide Maxim and FHM magazines in this downstairs dumpster that I don't think my parents even knew existed.
Well, yeah, it was like you had Playboy, but if you couldn't get your hands on Playboy, it was hard, man. You had to settle for Maxim.
Yeah, exactly. Playboy was the gold standard, but if you want to get really nasty, maybe it was like you get into some greasy hustler or penthouse hustler type stuff. But like you said, hard to get your hands on. There's always a Maxim floating around somewhere.
Dude, it was, and I could see the visual right now. They used to have the cigarettes and everything behind the counter, and then you see the Playboys locked up next to the cigarettes.
Yep.
It's like, which way do you want to kill yourself?
Is Maxim a website now? I'm still very confused about that. Shout out to him, man. Still able to throw Super Bowl parties. I guess the brand is strong.
You think they might have an app or something? I'll look into it. Guy Fieri, Flavortown. I'm gonna have to go to that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that'll be noon to 5 on Super Bowl day. You got Shaq, Ludacris. I mean, Mike Ditka was supposed to come down here, but he canceled last second. I was going to go to his cigar party.
Yeah, I think he has. Does he have Parkinson's or something? Well, actually, sorry. That's not true. I don't want to diagnose Mike Ditka. I think he's going through some. I think he's going through some health issues. I don't think it's actually Parkinson's, but I don't know. You should go to the cigar party though Thursday, Dev. I think I'm tagging along as the Cannons +1.
Wait, you talking about this cigar party I was just saying?
Yeah, on Thursday. So if you got the invite, come on.
They took no, it's $500.
Oh Jesus!
Okay?
Yeah, I didn't get the invite either, dude. Like I said, I'm tagging along as the old man's +1. Just gonna go ride the coattails and go try to hear some old war stories from the homies.
Yeah, I think they plugged in Brian Urlacher for Ditka, which is a good plug-in.
Great plug-in. Almost as good as Urlacher's hair plugs. Does I don't know. Does he still have hair, actually? I'm not sure about that. I haven't seen him in years.
I don't think he does.
Was there ever a more disconcerting sight than when that one random Sunday Brian Urlacher showed up on the pregame show and he just had a full head of hair?
Yeah, I remember that.
It was. I mean, yeah, Drew Brees did what he did, but it's not even close to the cognitive dissonance that Brian Urlacher's hair created in me. Absolutely insane.
Yeah. I'll never forget, man. 06, Reggie Bush streaming down the sideline against the Bears, NFC Championship, pointing Brian Urlacher right in the soul as a rookie. We lost, but I mean, it was a great moment.
God, really watching all the highlights of the Super Bowl and Tracy Porter, and, the kick to send him to the Super Bowl when Reggie Bush is on the sideline praying. It's just man, you want to talk about something that just really drove home starkly how far the Saints have fallen all those old highlight packages just ended up depressing me.
Yeah. No, I mean, and then obviously since we last talked, the Kellen Moore thing's heating up.
I know.
Which can't wait to see what happens, man, because it kind of feels like he may go his own route with a quarterback. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But it kind of feels like that.
I mean, it's a weird thing, dude. Jake had somebody tell him at the Senior Bowl that he thinks the Saints job is the worst job to open up in 10 years. Because there's no quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, there's no quarterback. There's not a great roster. The cap's awful, and you don't trust the front office. It's got a lot of bad elements.
Yeah, you'd be better off getting a job at Party City, seasonal.
Well, at least you know you're going to be employed during portions of the fall, if nothing else. Hey, what are we doing for RB&R Day today? Do we know yet? It's a big one, big day.
Dude, I'm going. Look, I'm going where the energy is, and the energy is like around y'all's area.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's where I'm going. If I gotta do a place that I maybe done like 200 Mondays ago, like that's cool too.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody remembers anything. That's another thing I learned. Like, bro, I get comments every single Monday. Hey, go here. Hey, go here. I went there over about 150 Mondays ago, but I mean, yeah, I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, I know how that goes. It's like you sit here, you talk on the radio, you think that everybody hears everything you're saying, and like, no, people listen for 5 minutes. They listen for 5 minutes and they go on about their day.
Man, one of the best things you can remember is that nobody listens.
Yeah.
Like, if you could just remember that, man, you could blow people's minds every day with the same stuff.
I just like, yeah, because only the most hardcore, only the realist would know. In one day, Elijah says in one day, T-Bob put David Stern in hell and diagnosed Mike Ditka with Parkinson's. Okay, true. You're right. I did do both those things, and I apologize. Okay, I'm sorry. I think I was wrong on both. What is this? Chat is saying that Party City just closed down and filed for bankruptcy.
Okay.
I hope that's not true.
That's old news.
Yeah, that's definitely that happens every year around this time because there's not really a big season, for them to sell anything. So it feels like that. And then once Halloween comes around again, trust me, bro, Party City, he'll be back.
What was it? Barrett evaluated 46 mid-market shows. Not only did OTB rank 7th out of the 46, but they got one first-place vote. Let's go, dude. One first-place vote. Let's freaking go, dude.
Yeah. No, let's go.
All right, Dev. So, okay, we talked about the Saints. Can you believe the Luka Doncic trade?
Yeah, I could. I was up, and I was drunk, which made it even more amazing.
Even more surreal. Like, is this real? Am I hammered?
Dude, I had my neighbor over here, and we were just hanging out. It was probably like 12:30 at night, and it came like he casually said it. He was like, "Hey, my cousin just texted me that Luka just went to the Lakers," and I was like, "Dude,
no.
Your cousin's an idiot. How about that? Your cousin's an idiot." And I pulled up Twitter, and dude, I just could not believe it, man. It was one of those things you like. I can't believe it for an hour straight. You just kept saying it.
I mean, to be fair to you, your boy's cousin is generally in life one of the least reliable sources of reporting and information. So your skepticism combined with the extreme nature of the trade, I believe, is very well warranted.
And first thing I asked him, I said, "Is this a first cousin or is this
I also love, too, that it's like it comes at a time when DeJounte Murray tears his Achilles. Like, the Pelicans are just absolutely cursed. He tears his Achilles, and then here the Mavericks are willing to move on. It's dumb as hell, but they're willing to do this Luka move, and the Pelicans still have B.I. and still have Zion. Bro, we are cursed.
Just to put in perspective of how dumb it really seems when you look at it, I mean, Luka is 25 years old. He's all-NBA for several years.
5 years in a row. Or maybe not in a row, but 5 years.
Dude, it just doesn't look smart. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will say this, and I don't defend this guy a lot. Anthony Davis playing maybe his best basketball since he's been a Laker.
True.
He's really playing good. So I feel like the Mavericks are going to win short term, and then obviously the Lakers get a 25-year-old generational superstar. So, But anyway, I think you're right, man. Like when we make a trade, it's not going to be a blockbuster trade. It's going to be like, okay, we traded Brandon Ingram for a bag of Cheez-Its and some trading. You know, that's just what it's going to be, just to get the money off the books. Javonte Green, somebody like that, you know.
Oh.
But I watched that Pels game the other night, man, and you know it's classic Pels games. And
Which
like
one? The one where they almost beat Boston?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one. Yeah. 30 minutes before the game, you get the routine news: Zion out with the sniffles, which was, you know, I'm never shocked by it, but this time I kind of was, because he had just played a few days before, and then the day before it snowed in New Orleans, he was out with the sniffles. So it's like he had the sniffles, he beat the sniffles, and now the sniffles were back. So he's got Zion don't have the flu; he has influenza. It's longer word, longer time sick.
Oh my God, dude! I was watching Zion the other day. Did you see the clip where he was pretty emphatic about how, like, I work for the Pelicans and they won't let me play back to back, so I'm rocking with the Pelicans, blah blah whatever. I was just like, oh man, he looks great. He looks skinny.
No, he looks great. He sounded psychotic. Sounded like he'd been sitting in his room for 31 days in a row.
Well, he has influenza. What's he supposed to do? He's got a little bit of cabin fever, dude.
Yeah. I just thought he sounded crazy in a way, but also guy looked great, man. Guy gives it
all right, guys. So look, HCMsports.com/shop. The Mardi Gras merch is it available, Dev? Are we selling? We ready to go?
Yeah, it's available, man. But just to give you an idea, over $20,000 of Mardi Gras merch sold last weekend. So it was a huge success, and that's all I've been doing is just packing packages. So
look, man. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was about to say, hopefully I can just get out of here and come to Radio Row the next couple of days and get away from it, because I've just been nonstop packing.
And look, guys, you want to support your favorite creators, also help yourself out. The merch design is unreal good, and we all know Mardi Gras is a bit like a fashion show anyway, where everybody's kind of trying to show off their new fits, their new like I remember last year I was so excited to wear my Dumbledore wizard hat with my CJ McCollum jersey. Very excited to piece these things together. The whole the Mayo gear is going to set you apart and set you off. So ATMsports.com/shop.
They call it the Mardi Gala now. That's what it is. The Mardi Gala.
The Mardi Gala, dude. It's like the Met, only drunker and better.
That's right.
All right, Dev. Well, thank you so much, brother. We will see you later this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Y'all take care.
All right. Take it easy. Devin Snow, a.k.a. Hold the Mayo, the legend. Shout out to him. We love him. Check out RB&R today. You know it's going to be a good one. Also, just follow. Whatever. He has a ton of followers now. Follow him on Instagram, Twitter, everything, because he's going to be bringing you a big time week of content. All right, when we get back here, let's talk a little LSU recruiting, and we got a Tay-Tay NFL story of the day. Keep it locked here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding, GEAUXTommys.com, GEAUXTommys.com. You want Hardy Planker Vinyl Siding, wood or vinyl windows, okay? You want to upgrade your home. Maybe you have something that's gone wrong, it's faulty. Well, absolutely, then the time to upgrade is now. And when you work with Tommy's, you're going to get energy-efficient options, okay? They're going to keep the heat in, keep the heat out, keep cold in, vice versa. So basically, these are investments into your home, your greatest asset, which end up paying for themselves over time. And maybe the best part about Tommy's is it comes with lifetime warranties as well. So you have peace of mind that this project is going to stand the test of time. And you're taking advantage of 30 years in the game for Tommy. Worked for somebody else for 20. Said, I've learned a lot in my time. I got my 10,000 hours. I want to do things a bit differently when it comes to my customer, my business. That's why he's got the Angie Super Service Award now every single year that he's been in existence. So check him out today. Go to Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding, GEAUXTommys.com.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile bank.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Live from Super Bowl 59 Radio Row in New Orleans. Presented by L'Auberge Casino Hotel Baton Rouge.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB, the 7th-ranked mid-market liquor marketing sports talk show in the entire country. Not to brag, Radio Row. See a lot of y'all out there. Who knows? But yeah, welcome back, guys. Last 20 minutes here. It's been a heck of a morning. Shout out to L'Auberge Casino Hotel Baton Rouge for sending us to Mobile, now sending us here. What a fun 2 weeks. What an interesting 2 weeks, kind of evolving up the ladder, too. You know, Mobile Convention Center last week, now the New Orleans Convention Center this week. Starting to pick up. Like I said, I can't fathom the fever pitch that this thing is going to reach by Friday, and I'm just, like, incredibly, incredibly excited for it. Let's get to some local news, though. Here, before you get to Tay-Tay's NFL Story of the Day, real quick, bit of do I know how to do radio? I don't know. Bit of recruiting news. As for Junior Day, the #1 safety in 2026 is set to visit LSU. That's Blaine Bradford. Of course, I'm sure that Matt talks about this in the afternoon, because where does Blaine Bradford go to school? Calicut. Yeah, there you go, dude. Okay, #1 safety for the 2026 class. Obviously, it continues to be a position of importance for LSU right now. I mean, look at the finalists here. His finalists: LSU, Notre Dame, Oregon, Alabama, Ohio State. And he's gone on visits to all of these schools, just wrapped up a multi-day visit to Oregon. Here's what he had to say about LSU. Quote, "I am super interested in LSU. They are the hometown team. They have a program that is built up. A 25 class coming in as grade 2. They have real potential. I've been there so many times. It's so consistent. The staff wants best for their players. Their legacy is strong." Bunch of fluff, a bunch of kind of fluffy, empty words. We'll see. One thing that I'm going to be kind of fascinated to see is, in the age of NIL, how do these guys feel about staying home? Or does it change? Because already staying home is a weird thing where some people want to stay home all the way from the beginning, so they do. But others want to get out of where they grew up and go see other things. So it could always work either way. But, like, now that you can just pay them, how much does that still matter? Only time will tell. But he's not going to be the only one on campus for Junior Day. We'll have Jabari Mack, the number 1 receiver in Louisiana. We'll have Richard Anderson, the number 2 defensive lineman in the United States. The Edna Carr 4-star, number 3 prospect in Louisiana, already committed to LSU. How about this? Richard Anderson leading Edna Carr to a state championship last year. 44 tackles, 15 tackles, 10 sacks, 18 hurries, 2 picks, and 1 tud. Big time. And speaking of Edna Carr, you also got Aiden Hall, who himself is a top 5 safety in the country. Edna Carr, 4-star, also committed to LSU, and has maybe the craziest stuffed stat line that I have ever seen. Aiden Hall last year had 38 tackles, 12 tiffles, 4 sacks, 4 picks, 11 pass breakups, 4 blocked punts, and 2 fumble recoveries. So, big recruiting weekend coming up for the Tigers. Right now, let's do a little Tay-Tay NFL Story of the Day-Day.
It's time for Tay-Tay's NFL Story of the Day-Day. Your daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharp.
All right, got a little twofer for you today. And the first one, T-Bob mentioned Chip Kelly going back to the NFL. We have another coach returning to the NFL. That's Eric Bieniemy. He'll be on the sidelines for the 2025 season. He is joining Ben Johnson's staff with the Chicago Bears as the team's running backs coach. Look, we know Bieniemy spent the 2024 season as the assistant coach and offensive coordinator for UCLA. Didn't go well. 117th in yards per game, 126th in the nation in points per game. But look, this is a guy who was on staff with Andy Reid for 2 different Super Bowl runs. He knows what it takes to win a championship. That is big for a young coach like Ben Johnson. And T-Bob, I threw this one in here for you. I know that you are our resident Arch Manning lover on the show. So Arch Manning, he better watch out. He might not be the best quarterback prospect in his own family. At the Pro Bowl games, Marshall Manning, Peyton Manning's 13-year-old son, got to go out there on the field. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see the video right now, dropping absolute dimes to NFL stars. You see him throw a fade in the back of the end zone right there to Jamar Chase. He threw 2 different touchdown passes. Kid looks like the real deal, only 13 years old. So Marshall Manning, who knows, maybe he'll be On3's first ever 6-star recruit.
I mean, yes, the internet, all the recruiting sites are already looking at Marshall like a soy farmer looks at a fertile field that's freshly flooded. I actually don't know if that's what soy farmers look for. The point is, yeah, Marshall Manning will be an economy unto himself when he comes around. As far as Bieniemy goes, man, it's so crazy, man. I was a big Bieniemy believer. But turns out it's Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, right? I guess it's the same reason why we were so hesitant on Aaron Nagy when he came up potentially in some Saints talks. Because like, wait, what are we talking about? It's Patrick Mahomes, it's Andy Reid. It's not anybody else in terms of, I mean, I get it, it's a team and everything, but in terms of being like the reason why. All right, good job, Tay-Tay. When we get back here on OTB, let's get a little Ask the Bench and wrapping up day 1 live from Radio Row at the Super Bowl. Keep it locked here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Hey guys, I want to remind you, as we are brought to you every single day by our friends at Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. That's right. Get Gordon and get it done. 225-888-8888. You need somebody who's going to fight for you and get you what you deserve. Gordon McKernan's there, man. You get into an accident. That's a low moment. That sucks. But you need somebody who's going to fight for you and get you what you deserve. That's Gordon, right? And trust me, when you're on the wrong side of these insurance companies and you're trying to get your claim, what you deserve, it is overwhelming in how helpless you can feel, how dwarfed you can feel. That's why you need somebody who's used to taking on these dragons, and that's Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. You go online at getgordon.com, fill a consult, see the cases they handle, past results from other customers. And as always, you can follow them on social media at Get Gordon and see a lot of great content with your favorite athletes, members, of the G team. Life advice, business advice, funny stuff. They're the best. Get Gordon. Get it done today.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail.
Wait till I get my money right. I had a dream I could buy my way to heaven. When I awoke, I spent that on a necklace.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Live from Super Bowl 59 Radio Row in New Orleans. Presented by L'Auberge Casino Hotel, Baton Rouge.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Wrapping up final segment of today's show. Shout out to L'Auberge Hotel Casino Baton Rouge for sending us out here. Sending us Mobile. It's been a hell of a couple of weeks. Remember, the entire lineup going to be out here on Super Bowl Radio Row today, and I can't wait to see how this week's going to go, guys. Today was so much fun. Energy levels just through the roof. So thank you all for hanging out. Time for Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Curse Light. Visit the Art Seltzer Blue Moon Lots, Scott Citrus Sweet. What is your favorite Super Bowl game ever? So, outside of the Saints winning, which, you know, being in college for was such a cool moment. Very, very crazy. Very, like, never thought it would happen. But you have a rooting interest there. Favorite Super Bowls in which there was no rooting interest? I mean, for me, spoiled kid story incoming. I got to go to that Super Bowl in Atlanta around 2000, whenever it was. I was at the Titans-Rams Super Bowl, where it came down to Kevin Dyson being tackled on the half-yard line, reaching out for a ring, for a trophy, and getting stopped just short as time expired. No ring for Steven. It was just an unbelievable game to see. And I actually got on TV. I had a Peyton Manning Colts jersey on, but I was sitting by Rams fans. They made me an adopted Rams fan. They gave me a giant Rams top hat. And when Isaac Bruce scored the go-ahead touchdown, we were celebrating so hard that we got on TV. So it was crazy. Very, very fun memory growing up. Ask the Bench. We all fight number 6 Nashville to see who gets to keep the 104.5. Oh, is they one? Absolutely, dude. Ramon, Kayla, and Will. That's their name? They're just Timu, Murphy, Sam, and Jody. F you, Ramon, Kayla, and Will. Ask the bench, hurricane or hand grenade when you're walking down Bourbon? Ideally neither, but absolutely hurricane if you're doing one of them, right? I mean, if you're drinking hand grenades, it better be you're 18 or 21 or it's like your first time down there. I don't know about hand grenades in any other context. Ask the bench, if you had to get rid of Alondra or Taylor to move up to number 5, who would you get rid of? This is easy. I'd get rid of myself. I would fall on the sword to keep the team together because that's how much I love Alondra and Taylor. Ask the bench, if you could wrestle one player you played against in your career, who would it be and why? I would wrestle Aaron Murray so that I could prove physical dominance over him. Plus, he's got a pretty hot bod, and I'd love to see the little QB1's all about when you start to work him out a little bit. You know what I'm saying, man? Hey, guys, I do want to remind you that we are brought to you and very pleased to be newly partnered with our friends at Boudreaux's Electrical, okay? If you need a generator, protect you during storms, make sure the light stays on, your family's safe, everything in your home, your fridge, your freezer, all protected. Boudreaux's Electrical has been at it for over 40 years, guys. That's right. Started all the way back in 1982 and has remained a family business all the way through. A customer-based family business where the customer comes first and foremost, and that's how every single decision is made. Now, remember, guys, when you're talking about a lot of these generator companies, they've been snatched up by a lot of private equity. To most of these companies, you're just a number on a spreadsheet. They're not a name. Not the case with Boudreaux's Electrical, where they make sure that your systems, they stay on top, make sure your systems are good to go when you need them. Hell, they've even driven out in the eye of hurricanes, cut down trees to get to generators that needed service. That's the service that you get from Boudreaux's Electrical. To boudreauxselectrical.com. All right, ask the bench. Is that an ESPN helicopter behind you? Yeah, I don't know. It's like a it's like one of those air buses or like a food truck bus a little bit. Ask the bench team. I'm going to stick around for the Pat McAfee show. I mean, I'll definitely Airstream. Thank you, Londra. That's what it is, Airstream. I mean, I got eyes on the set. It's pretty cool. I got to get back though. I got to pick up the. I got to get back to Baton Rouge to pick up the kids from school, help do a normal afternoon, put them to bed, and then probably come back tonight to sleep. Ask the bench, how do you dress your hamburger? Fully dressed, you know, lettuce, tomato, pickles, mayo, ketchup, bacon. Maybe put an over easy egg on that thing if you're really about that life. Will you and Jake be matching all week? I don't know. I don't know that I have it in the closet to match Jake all week. This is a new purchase that came about, but I will try my best. You'll probably see me in these jeans or similar jeans all week long. Ask the bench. Which NFL player, past or present, would you want to party with in most and all this week? I mean, honestly, I'm going to go very chalky here because I'm not going to overthink this. But like Jason Kelsey's, you know, a bit of a spirit animal, sinner, heavy drinker, party animal. It just seems, you know, bearded. It just seems very, very much my speed. Although now he's so incredibly famous that I don't know if it would like work anymore. Ask the bench, when will we run out of rap acts during the halftime show? Never, if they don't want to. I mean, they could literally keep it going for forever. Antonio Brown, says Bill Bex. I mean, maybe. You know, I mean, he's got a very funny Twitter. Gronk, says Ava. I had my chance for Gronk, and I screwed it up at the wedding this season. He says I'd walk around with Drew Brees in New Orleans. You'd run that place? Yeah, but, you know, look, Brees is not going to get down. Look at this. Alondra says, everyone pray Pat McAfee offers me a job. Wow, Alondra. Here we are right after we get number 7. Okay, I see how it is. But you know what? I get it. I'll be happy for you. Jameis. Yeah, Jameis is the digital reporter for the state of New Orleans. All right, guys. We love you. Shout out LeBear. Here on Radio Row. More OTB back tomorrow. AFR7.
Off the bench.
Hey, guys. Go to Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Okay? Are you suffering from ED? I can smell a lot of it in this room. Bunch of limp boys walking around. Okay, guys. Newsflash, everybody. You don't have to be. You don't have to suffer from ED. You go to Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, and we've got your solution. It's very easy. If you're low T, you don't have to be. Very easy. We're not going quietly into that good night. We're not going to give up without a fight. We're going to rage in more ways than one, because you're going to go to Goodwood, and you're going to get your labs drawn. It's going to tell you exactly where your body's strong, where it's deficient, and what you need to reach your peak potential. And that's what this is all about, reaching our peak potential. So go to yourgoodwood.com. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Get hard.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages, and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.